You looked at the tape. Was it an upset? I don't know that you could call it an upset. I mean, Owasso had a great game plan. They executed really well. Bixby has some inexperience, some young guys that haven't played before. They're going to get better as the year goes on. But Owasso really took advantage of their strengths. They've got a big, strong offensive line and some receivers who can get over the top. Defensively, they blitz really well. A lot of different looks up front to try to confuse you. And that night they were definitely the best team. So we're heading in this game and the keys to the game.
1,000 square feet of fun. You can both take a no-guilt vacation. Relax, both of you. Pick up a new skill. Chow down on some well-deserved vacation food. Make new friends. Have a spa day. And finally, come home to your best friend. Woodland West Pet Resort. Sit, stay, and play. Located next to Woodland West Animal Hospital off Highway 75 in the Jenks exit. Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. We care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland West Animal Hospital.
$6.34 with homeowners rates going up the last couple of years. He can help you in a bundle regarding your home insurance as well as your car insurance and life insurance as well. All right, Coach Fox or Dr. Fox. Now let me switch to my right and see what number strikes you tonight.
All right, I got a word problem. Let's see if Rob is paying attention. He has his protractor out there and everything. Here we go, Rob. So the midpoint of 201 and 200 is my number for tonight. That's 200.5. Got to get the decimal point in there. 200.5. 201 yards is what Owen Jones threw for last week. 200 yards is what KD Jones was responsible for in rushing and receiving yards. So I think if Owasso is going to keep up with the Joneses, they're going to have to keep that number way below 200.5. But if the Trojans are close to 200.5 for either of those guys, I think it's going to be a good night for the home side on Allan Trimble Stadium. So, Rob, that's it. 200.5, man.
This guy is unbelievable. I lost you at midpoint, by the way. I mean, decimals.
Yeah, that's hard on us.
I'm going to get shirts printed. Decimals are dumb. You shouldn't be allowed to do that for your number. Too technical. I'm going to keep it simple, like I always do. Man of the people, easy to follow, simple to understand. Doesn't require a long, complicated explanation or any math problems or protractors, which is a word I haven't heard since 7th grade geometry. My number tonight is 3. That's right, 3. You can put a .0 on that if you want, Eric Fox, if it makes you feel better. It's 3. And I don't want to put an actual jinx on the Trojans here, but last week, guys, was one of the cleanest games I've seen the Trojans play. They had only 3 penalties for 25 yards. That's the fewest penalties in a season opener since 2011. They did not have those mental mistakes. They didn't have those pre-snap penalties, the things that add up and kill your drives or swing momentum. If we see more of that discipline tonight, bodes very, very well for the home team.
It does indeed. 3 penalties, no turnovers. That was sensational last week. As you say, it was their cleanest season opener since 2011. This is the 71st meeting between the two schools. Jenks owns the series 53-16-1 that started back in 1927. In 2014, the tables turned. Owasso won at Owasso 7-6 in that game.
and the press box was absolutely shaking that night. People in Owasso were so excited that they had held off the Trojans. In 2015, the Rams came here, but that game was canceled because of weather and could not be played the next day because of an unfortunate death to an Owasso student where his funeral was the next day. And the Rams dedicated that Saturday to their fallen comrade, and so that game was not made up on the following Saturday back in 2015. In 2016, the Trojans went to Owasso and won 41-23, and then they met in 2017, Allan Trimble's last year as head coach, and Owasso came here in the season opener, the first year under Bill Blankenship, and blasted the Trojans 48-10. And then we met them again in the semifinals, Coach Trimble's last game, and Owasso won that one, a much easier, much closer score of 21-0. Did not face each other in 2018. In 2019, we faced each other in Keith Riggs' first year as head coach in the state, or his second year in the state championship, losing to Owasso at UCO 14-6. In 2020, the Trojans came back and beat Owasso in the semifinals at TU 39-15. In 2022, they met again here at Jenks the last time. Trojans won at 14-7. And then last year, Eric Fox, Owasso came out with some big plays, led 34-7 going into the fourth quarter, but the Trojans were able to come back and make a game of it at the end.
It was a track meet, and people had to really pay attention last year. I think we could definitely say there was a bit of a shock and awe campaign from the Rams last year in the opening, but I do think it's kind of a testament to what we saw a lot last year of this team's character and the coaching staff of helping those guys play to the final whistle. They did a lot better in the fourth quarter and made quite a game of it. I think we gave the Owasso Rams fans a little bit of a scare, but we did come up short just because we let them get off to a fast start, and that's part of the game plan tonight. Not make sure that doesn't happen again tonight.
Yeah, 34-28 was that final last year. Aiden Christensen had a 64-yard end-around run to get Jenks going. Connor Thompson had an 82-yard catch and run from Owen Jones. That was one of the longest pass plays in Jenks history. And then Aiden Christensen caught a long pass from Owen Jones to make it 34-28. The Trojans with an onside kick with a minute left could not cover it. The Rams covered it and ran out the clock and won 34-28. However, Owasso only able to make the semis last year, where Jenks made the finals last year before falling to district colleague Bixby 40-21 in the championship. However, the Rams have come back. When Bill Blankenship took over in 2017, he beat Union for the state championship. How about that, since he had a few state championships of his own while head coach at Union. And then in 2019, as I mentioned, they beat Jenks at UCO by a final score of 14-6. When we come back, our player spotlight tonight is starting center Zach Cox, number 61. And as we continue on the Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma pregame show, we'll talk about a new player tonight, number 9, Caleb Barnett, who did not play last week until the OSSAA released him today, and he is eligible to play with the Trojans. We'll get into all that drama when we continue on the pregame show from 1170 and on Trojan TV.
Hi, Lulu. Aw, I love you too.
We know how much love your pet gives. We're Woodland West Animal Hospital, and we are always here for your pet. Okay. As one of the largest animal hospitals in Oklahoma, we provide the most comprehensive care, from regular checkups to surgeries and emergencies. We are open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, including holidays, to make sure to cover all of your pet care needs. Check us out online at woodlandwestanimalhospital.com. For any of your pet care needs, Woodland West is the best.
Hey football fans, craving something tasty? Come over to Chick-fil-A Tulsa Hills, where deliciousness is always on the menu. From fresh salads and crispy chicken sandwiches to our signature nuggets, we've got something to enjoy. And don't forget to keep up with our seasonal favorites and exclusive offers. Visit us today at Chick-fil-A Tulsa Hills. And for the latest updates and special events, follow us on Instagram at CFA Tulsa Hills and on Facebook at Chick-fil-A Tulsa Hills. Chick-fil-A in Tulsa Hills, a proud supporter of Trojans football.
Hey, it's Rusty Banks at Classic Chevrolet in Owasso. It's September and football is back. I'm excited to tell you about a few things we have going on out in Owasso. I've got $22,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Chevy Silverado crew cabs. I also have the hottest SUV in America, the all-new Chevy Trax, for only $299 per month. When you think Chevrolet, think Classic. 10 seconds. Classic Chevrolet in Owasso, where a handshake still matters.
Chevy Trax sale price $20,000. 9.99%, 84 lease, WAC. Chevy Silverado MSRP 107,564. Sale price 85,564.
Put you on.
Welcome back to the Jenks Trojan Football Show. It's a pleasure to have our first guest of the year. Our player is Zach Cox, number 61, and the starting center. 3-year starter, Zach. I don't know that there's a player, not just lineman, but player on the Jenks team over the last 3 years that has made as much improvement going forward as you have. What do you contribute that to?
Yeah, I think just through my whole career, I think I've just had really good coaches push me to be better, working me in the classroom. I think that's where my strengths are, just smart and being able to know everything I need to know, you know.
Coach Greenwood back coaching the offensive line. What do you like about him?
Yeah, I think I definitely like his energy a lot. He pushes us really hard, and I think that's the best for what type of offense we run this year. And he's also a very good technician, so I think my technique definitely got up a lot this year.
I would say your leadership ability has been a strength for you as well. You've got 2 new linemen coming in this year. Really, you're the only returning starter on that offensive line with Jack Wiltshire out. So talk about your leadership and incorporating the new guys onto that offensive line.
Yeah, so I definitely think there was a learning curve coming to Jenks, like with a different program, and I think once they got in the classroom, they started working out with us and stuff like that. They definitely started to get used to how we run it here. And then especially like helping them like after school, like getting in the classroom, working on plays. Once it started clicking, it definitely became a lot easier to, now they're leaders with me now because they know everything as much as I do.
Yeah.
So.
Only 3 penalties in the game. It was one of the cleanest season opening games Jenks has had in a long time. I know that had to be a plus for you guys Friday.
Yeah, it was definitely nice to not be penalized as much. I think that comes with the technique that we've been learning a lot and how fast the offense moves. There's not a lot of time to like get set up and just like jump offside, stuff like that.
Your older brother Will was a very good player here, played at Davidson. What did you learn from him growing up?
No, like watching him play all throughout my childhood, it was like definitely like a big part of my life, and just watching him lead the team, it definitely stuck in my mind like how we should lead our team. It's just like kind of cool to see, just like watching him grow up, stuff like that.
Yeah, and of course you've had an offer from Washington and Lee, a school in Virginia. What do you know what you want to major in when you get into college?
Yeah, I'm looking computer science, maybe computer engineering.
Yeah,
I'm definitely more into that side of stuff.
Yeah, got a big game against Owasso Friday. What do you know about them?
You know, they're a tough team. They play really hard. Their defense line is pretty good. It's going to be tough for us. If we do everything we need to do, I think we should win.
All right. Well, congratulations on a great start and a great career, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll come back and get a preview of Owasso with Coach Riggs next.
Trojan.
Hi, this is Matt McCoy. While playing on championship teams under Coach Trimble at Jenks and under Coach Stoops at OU, they surrounded themselves with great staff. I, too, have surrounded myself with an outstanding support system from my State Farm agency here at 81st and 129th. With rates going up and inflation especially hitting homeowners insurance policies, let my staff...
The end of this break will be the kickoff intro.
Give you a better rate on your homeowner's insurance. Give us a call at 918-615-6634. Look forward to talking to you.
At Arvest Bank, we believe in the power of serving others. That's why we're committed to working with and supporting those who serve our communities. From the ones who are making a difference in big and small ways every day, to those who are helping create better tomorrows. We appreciate everything you do, and we're proud to work alongside you. Because every community deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
Powered by Tulsa Oilers Hockey, this is KOTV Tulsa, KVOO HD2 Tulsa, KHTT HD2 Muskogee, KXBL HD2 Henrietta. It's time for Kickoff featuring the 18-time state champion Jenks Trojans. Brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, official team physicians of the Jenks Trojans. Matt McCoy Insurance. Bundle and save with your State Farm agent, Matt McCoy, recognized as one of the top agents in Oklahoma. Classic Chevrolet. Ride with the Trojans to the state championship game in a Chevrolet from Classic Chevrolet. A-plus roofing in Jenks. Innovative Air Pros air conditioning and heating. And now offering plumbing solutions. Red Rock Canyon Grill. Enjoy American classics with Southwest flair. Woodland West Pet Resort and Animal Hospital. Serving you and your furry family 365 days a year. Harvest Bank. Donating $1 for every point scored by the Trojans this season to the Trimble Strong Foundation. Now let's head back to the stadium on your home.
Putting you live.
Trojan football, 1170 AM News on 6 now.
And Don King welcoming you back to Allan Trimble Stadium as we get set. We're just a few minutes away from our kickoff tonight. Dr. Eric Fox, Vice Principal of Jenks and former coach to my right. Rob Loeber, Director of Public Information, former Fox 23 sports anchor on the field. The interview with Zach Cox tonight brought to you by Woodland West Pet Resort and Animal Hospital, longtime sponsors of Jenks football. And Kent Clark, who runs Woodland West, former great player at Jenks, will come in and say hello, hopefully a little bit later this evening. Now, who's hot, who's not, brought to you by Innovative Air Pros. Don't get caught with no heat when it gets cooler. Hopefully later this month, be the most comfortable you can be by calling Innovative Air Pros, 918-299-1955. Well, in the area, Nathan Hale, congratulations to them. They snapped a 31-game losing streak last week, beat Webster 33-20. And Owasso, they're hot. They won last week again over Bixby, who had won 73 of their last 74 games. 9 state championships in the last 10 seasons, Owasso beating Bixby 40-21. And of course, Booker T. Washington is not hot. They've lost 9 of their last 11 games as they lost at Muskogee in their season opener. And they're back at it tonight as their head coach is Dan Bitson. And we certainly wish the Hornets the best tonight as they are on the road, if I'm not mistaken. And they will try to get it back on track. They're a very talented team, and even though they've lost 9 of 11, they're ranked 9th, and they host Del City in their home opener tonight. So that's who's hot and who's not. Again, brought to you by Innovative Air Pros. Now it's time to go down on the field and get our players to bank on. Brought to you by Arvest Bank, that donates $1 for every point that Jenks scores this season. Before we do that, we have the Jenks Band and our national anthem. Temperature at 82 degrees. It's going to be a gorgeous night for football in game number 2 of the season. Time to get our players to bank on. Brought to you by Arvest Bank. Again, in the metro area, 20 locations, donating $1 for every point scored this season for the Trojans. We'll start with Rob Loeber down on the field.
Yeah, thanks, DK. My player to bank on tonight, guys, is number 52, Javion Anti, the 6'4", 300-pound senior tackle. Everybody knows he's a transfer from Hale, and this guy will always pass the eye test. I mean, he is built like an ideal left tackle, and we all know that left tackle is one of the most important positions on the field. For Owen Jones, the Trojan quarterback, to have success, he needs time, he needs protection, and it's going to be interesting, guys, to see Anti's progression from last week to this week. These coaches want to see a little more aggression, a little more grit. They want him to play up to his size. I mean, they just want him to demolish some people like he looks like he's capable of. And we know that this Owasso D-line is a step up from last week against Santa Fe. So Anti certainly one to watch tonight as the Trojans will try to move the ball with the same efficiency as last week.
All right, Eric.
I'm going to go over a few spots to number 55, Jack Wiltshire. We know Jack Wiltshire has been a 3-year starter on the offensive line. Tonight he's going to have a big role on the defensive line. This Owasso offensive unit has some big offensive linemen. They want to be able to run the ball effectively to open up some big-time passes to number 14 and number 16 that they hit downtown last week. And so their game plan is to grind it out. We're going to have to be tough in the trenches. Number 55, Jack Wiltshire, is going to be important in shutting down that run game, putting them in long-distance situations, and maybe even coming in some hot blitzes off of bear front. So I got my eye on number 55, Jack Wiltshire, first came back after rolling that ankle in the preview.
All right, now it's time to get an injury update brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, trusted for their expertise, chosen for their care at 81st and Lewis. We know Wiltshire's back. Rob, what about Samaj Stanford?
Yeah, unfortunately, not good news on that front for the Trojans. You know, just a few plays into the opener last week, Samaj got rolled up on, hurt that ankle, and missed the rest of the game. He is not active tonight. That ankle still not well enough for him to go. Also out for the Trojans is Brody Henderson with a knee injury. So a couple of key components on offense for the Trojans with Stanford at wide receiver, Brody Henderson at tight end, and on the defensive side of the ball too, you've got a linebacker in Henderson and one of your starting DBs in Samaj Stanford. So a couple big losses early in the season, but that just means somebody else has an opportunity to step up.
All right, let's give you the starting lineups. Jenks won the toss, deferred. Owasso wants the football. And the starting lineups brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Tulsa Hills. Follow them on Instagram at CFA Tulsa Hills, proud sponsors of the Trojans and Special Olympics. After the kickoff, it'll be Cash Jacobson, a D1 prospect, a senior at 1D end. Jack Wiltshire gets his first start, not on offense, but on defense. And then in the middle, it's sophomore Luke McAnally. Outside linebackers are All-Staters Sam Stone, and Brody Henderson is out. Blake Whittington will take his place. Number 8, Jack McAnally, one of the captains tonight, inside linebacker. And number 5, Jace Hager, both are seniors. The free safety is Caleb Dillard, a sophomore. Number 25, strong safety Stanford, is out, and so we will see number 6, Clark Carricker, get the start tonight. He played well last week in place of Stanford. The corners are number 1, Ace Gilliam, a junior, and senior Cooper Shockley. Noah Carter will do the honors of kicking off tonight. Jenks in their all-black uniforms tonight. Usually they're all maroon last week. I'm not a big fan of the black uniforms, and I don't think Jenks has been too successful. I'll have to look it up in my book on black uniforms. And here's the kickoff. Carter should send it and will send it deep into the end zone. For those listening on the radio, Jenks all black uniforms, maroon helmets, Owasso white jerseys, red numerals, red pants, and the Ram insignia on the side. And of course, that description of the uniforms brought to you by Window World of Tulsa. Experience their unrivaled Energy Star replacement of windows, doors, vinyl siding, and more. All right, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. After this play, we'll get the classic Chevrolet keys to the game. Their quarterback is a sophomore, Drew Frankenfield. They have 2 outstanding running backs. We'll see which one gets the start tonight. They toss it, and nice opening, but shut down quickly by Jack McAnally. And that's number 4. That's Hogan on the wide receiver. who made the block out front on Owasso and a gain of 2. All right, keys to the game, Eric.
I think they're going to want to make sure that they stop the running game, but don't let anything happen over the top. Last week they were able to hit some big plays against the Spartans. And then on offense, control the tempo. I think you're going to see Owasso try to slow the game down, take away some possessions from the offense. So we're going to have to make those count and not make any mistakes.
Mole had a gain of 2. Here's a toss out. Oh, he got loose and gets up a few more yards on the pass. Past the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, it appears. Gain of 4 makes it 3rd and 4. Jack McAnally again on the stop. Be interesting if they try to put some pressure on Frankenfield because he's a sophomore quarterback, played very well last week. Keys to the game again brought to you by Classic Chevrolet, ClassicChevrolet.net. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Just starting the game from Jenks, and listen to the fans. They're on their feet for a 3rd down stop. Quick out. Oh, bad pass. It's actually a backward pass. He had to pick it up, and he gets mauled behind the line. Nothing doing for Noah Hill, their leading receiver.
Great discipline right there. First of all, Owasso tried to draw the Trojans off sides to pick up that 1st down. They weren't biting. They did it twice. Then they threw a backward pass, got away from the receiver, and Owasso's very fortunate to get that ball back, although they took a big loss right there. So nice defensive stand on the opening drive, and it should set up with a good return for some decent field position for this offensive unit.
Noah Hill, who just caught that pass, is their punter, and Malachi Dillard, a transfer from Lincoln Christian in Owasso, will await the kick. Actually, that is Rejoice Christian, and the kick goes out of bounds. Lincoln Christian in East Tulsa. So great field position. They'll mark this inside the 50-yard line, and here comes the Trojans on offense. At left tackle, the transfer from Nathan Hale, senior, 6'4", 300, Javion Anti. Left guard, Malik Craig, 5'11", 218, junior. The center is Zach Cox. You heard him on the pregame, 5'9", 295, senior. Right guard is number 69, Riley Kester, 6'3", 285, junior from Sand Springs. The right tackle is Odafe Aruru, 6'5", 280, sophomore. Tight end will be Jack McAnally in place of Brody Henderson. The wide receivers, Stanford is out. Caleb Barnett should get the start in his first game, number 9. We'll check on that. He was ruled eligible today. Malachi Dillard, number 24. The running back is K.D. Jones, the All-Stater from a year ago, and the quarterback is Owen Jones. First down, Trojans at midfield. Minute and a half into the game, and it's K.D. Jones blasting down the middle for 5 yards.
Tell you what, KD got hit hard right there. The backer stepping up, but he, as we've talked about many, many times, showing that leg drive and continuing on after the contact. These backers are going to try to play fast. They're not built like traditional backers. They're going to try to use their speed to create some chaos tonight.
Owen Jones had a big game last week, and he fires a fastball out to Nate Domek, who gets one wide receiver block and scoots down to the 42-yard line. He'll be a couple of yards shy of the first down, a gain of 3.
So again, the Trojans using that no huddle last week. It wasn't really an up-tempo pace. Right now we're seeing a controlled pace right here. We do have number 97, Cass Jacobson, in. As a tight end, we will see him used tonight in kind of a jumbo package, along with McAnally as the H-back.
3rd down and 2. Does KD get the call? He can catch it out of the backfield. He gets the call over the left side, has the first down, bobbled the football, loses the football, and Owasso has it. Wow, the first turnover of the game, and KD doesn't fumble much. I think he only fumbled 3 times last year. I'm not sure he got a good handle on it all the way. So after getting the first down of the game, he coughs it up, and the Rams take over.
I think he had it right there. I think he took it in his hands instead of going ahead and letting it sit in that bread basket, and he was looking upfield. I think he thought he had a chance to bust it into at least the second level, and the ball just got away from him, and then when he was juggling it, it took a roll towards the Owasso secondary, and there were no black shirts around there to get on it. So not a bad drive. They'll shake that off, but they know they can run the ball now, and that's a good sign.
Keith Riggs in his 7th year as head coach. Here's a swing pass, double pass. Got a man open, caught, And down to the 30-yard line. Clark Carricker saves the touchdown on the double pass to Julius Wilson. Well, last year, when Owasso won 34-28, they had a lot of big plays against this Jenks defense, and they just came up with one there of 39 yards.
You like that aggression if you're an Owasso fan, off the turnover, dialing up that play with a swing of momentum in your favor and now flipping field position. Like that call right after a turnover if you're the Rams for sure.
Terry Phipps checking in tonight. Good to hear from Terry watching on the streaming on Trojan TV. Frankenfield throws it in the dirt, incomplete. Our referee tonight's Richard Dixon. And Kenny Stabler and Stuart Gallagher, a very experienced crew here tonight. Caleb Dillard on the coverage, incomplete, makes it 2nd down and 10 from the Jenks 30-yard line. Wherever you're watching tonight, even in Mason, Ohio, we appreciate the grandkids checking in tonight. Nora Finley and Reese checking in, St. Gregory.
Got a check-in from former Trojan football coach, math teacher, freshman academy principal Mark Cyrus.
Yes. Still going strong at Holland Hall. Not much there. They're trying to rip the ball out. Can't do it. And a gain of just 2 yards to make it 3rd down and 8.
There was nothing there, and you see McAnally, practicing that technique when they when they have a ball carrier stood up. The next guy in is reaching in, trying to strip that ball out. McAnally doing exactly what he's taught. Right now, Wiltshire, McAnally, and Jacobson are really controlling that line of scrimmage. It'll be interesting to see down in this area if this is 4-down territory for the Rams or not.
Good point. Their offensive coordinators are Justin Morrissey, the running game coordinator, former offensive lineman at TU. Frankenfield, the sophomore, might want to run. And he gets tackled. Nowhere to go. He'll pick up a couple of yards, but it will set up 4th down. Jack Wiltshire, whose dad played for the Trojans, an All-Stater back in 2001, makes the stop.
And it is going to be 4-down territory here. They're not bringing on a kicking unit. They're bringing in an extra lineman.
This is where they pounded Bixby last week with an extra lineman. They have 2 offensive tackles that are both D1 commits.
And they're moving Blake Cherry, that big one. I believe they're moving him to the tight end position.
4th and 6 at the Jenks 26. Trojan fans on their feet. They want to stop. Sam Stone can't get the blitz, and this pass is incomplete. Good coverage down at the goal line by Caleb Dillard, and the Trojans have averted a turnover and take the ball back.
So I'm going to go back to Rob's comment, not to disagree with my colleague. I understand his point there about going for the big play on the swing of momentum, but I'm going to say maybe you showed that you're panicking a little too soon. You bust out the trick play early on, and maybe it's because you're not really sure how long you can go with these guys. You got to jump up something tricky early. Maybe we'll see.
So the Trojans take over with 7:16 to go first quarter, no score. The 26-yard line. Left to right near hash mark. For those on the radio, here's a pass out to Malachi Dillard. He bangs helmets with a Ram defender and out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. On the stop was Carter Langendorfer, a safety who brings a lot of physicality to that Owasso secondary.
The ball's on the right hash, and they're bringing the action to our sideline, so bringing Dillard into the short side of the field there with a lead blocker, but nice pickup on 1st down.
Gain of 6. McAnally in motion. Hand off KD. Ooh, he's swallowed up. Escapes and gets the block from his quarterback. Turns the corner. 1st down, 40. And the All-Stater across the 45, up near midfield. And, of course, for those that might not know, Caden Jones, we know him as KD, and his dad, Kewan, an All-Stater here in 2000-2001. What do we got?
This one's going to come back, guys. Unfortunately, I think there was a hold out there on the edge toward the end of that run. I think they're going to get Nate Domek, the receiver, for a hold. So the Trojans, who played a clean game last week, have already turned it over, and now a crucial penalty here that would have given them a 1st down. Let's see, they might still have the 1st down, depending on the spot of the foul. They're going to mark it back at the line of scrimmage.
And they're calling it 3rd down, so
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, they're still
calling
showing
it
second down, but that can't be right.
Yeah, the spot of the foul was past the first down marker. All right. And now we got movement all over the place on 2nd and 5. Antonio Graham is first year as head coach. He was a Union All-Stater. Great player as a linebacker for Tulsa Union in 03 and 04. All-Stater in 04. Went 2-2 against Jenks as a player, and then went on to play at the University of Tulsa. And was an assistant at Owasso, or at Union at one time. So a penalty, will that give them a first down?
They're calling it a first down, but they haven't moved the chains yet. We're having some communication problems with the crew right now.
Trying to get the chains and the card on the sideline to match what's on the scoreboard and the big screen, proving to be a little bit of a challenge so far.
7 minutes to go first quarter, no score. Trojans second possession of the game. McAnally in motion. As is Jalen Cato, a sophomore. So we haven't seen Caleb Barnett yet. Jones rips it down the middle. Gets some help from an offensive lineman to push him forward, and he's close to the first down marker, a gain of 9.
Well, despite the fumble on that first drive by KD Jones, Coach Fox, you got to be encouraged with the way this offensive line is getting pushed at the point of attack, and some good running lanes so far for KD.
I was just going to say, Rob, the thing that you wanted us to watch, Javion and the rest of that line doing a nice job.
Gain of 8, actually. Here's a pass caught. First down to Malachi Dillard near midfield. On the tackle was Jalen Mole, a senior cornerback.
The way this defensive secondary unit for the Rams is going to play, they're going to be playing deep, three deep shell, keeping everything in front of them. It's a good thing because that ball hung up in the air a little bit. It was thrown all the way from the left hash to the far sidelines. So nice job by Dillard bringing it down, securing the first down.
Gain of 8 on the last play. Movement again on the line of scrimmage.
I think this is going to be against us. Well, we got another break. It's nice. Right now, Owen is doing a nice job of changing the cadence up. We know that this Owasso unit wants to bring their linebackers. They try to time up their blitzes and time up their stunts. So they were going to be trying to change the cadence to create a little hesitancy in that defensive unit. And so far, it's worked to our advantage on 2 snaps for sure.
Trojan football brought to you by A+ Roofing, just a couple of blocks from here at IETS. Owen unloading, launching one downfield. Dillard on the target, and they'll rule it incomplete. There was some jostling going on downfield.
Anti looks a little shaken up
yes,
there.
It does.
Not sure.
Left tackle number 52.
Got Sam Stone coming into the game as an interior receiver. McAnally's coming out. Nice route right there by Dillard. Went for the deep ball. We just said that Wassel's going to try to keep things in front of them, but they had one-on-one on the outside, and Dillard just couldn't get past that defender to get to it.
Second down and 10.
Game for the first time, guys. Caleb Barnett into the game.
Okay, thank you. He's split to the right, 3 to the left. They'll block for KD. Usually pretty good at this at the 40, 35, first down to the 30. A flag down, though, in the secondary.
Oh, they're calling a hold here.
That is craziness.
I thought maybe there was a horse collar at the end of that play. I thought maybe a hand got inside the shoulder pads, but this one's coming back.
That is craziness. That flag, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I haven't seen the replay, but when that was thrown and where it was thrown was way after KD had already picked up the first down, and it was thrown by the back judge. So the only guy that was around was Sam Stones. So I just don't know what it was that they saw there.
Well, it's still a first down. It's going to be first down and 2. How odd is this? At the Owasso 37-yard line. Crazy. See if they give it to number 2. They do. And KD, with that strength, gets to inside the 35 for a first down.
I'm not saying that anybody's number was better than another number, but Rob talked about 3 penalties in pregame, and that was his number. He should have stuck with the decimal points, because we've had 3 penalties that have already been costly for us. Luckily, KD's helping us overcome those.
I like how Coach Fox woke up this morning and said, I'm going to take the contrarian point of view today. Disagreeing with me, disagreeing with the officials. Not a happy man up there.
Owen out to McAnally's first catch in his varsity career, I believe, and Jack gets it inside the 30. He's in place of Brody Henderson. And, of course, his brother Luke playing on the defensive line.
Yes, longtime Trojan football listeners will be very surprised that I have problems with officiating, Rob. That is true. I'll agree with you there.
Gain of 5 down to the Owasso Ram 29-yard line. Keith Riggs, the head coach of the Trojans, was an all-state running back at Owasso. Owen, good fake on a pass. He hands off to KD over the left side, and he powers his way inside the 25 for another Trojan first down. They're really working over left tackle Javion Anti.
I really like what's happening right now. They're really not stopping the run, and that's something that we need to establish. It's going to open up the passing game later, but the offense is really clicking with the exception of those mistakes that they've made from time to time. But their defense is not really stopping us right now, and I think that bodes well for us if we just keep on driving it right at them.
1st and 10 at the Owasso 23-yard line. Approaching 4 minutes left in the first quarter. No score. And Owen with a quick pass out to McAnally, and there's a horse collar. No call at the 20-yard line. Or a tackle around the head anyway.
They felt like they could get people out of the backfield because those backers are coming so often and coming inside that they're just not there to provide coverage support for a back out of the backfield. So we've seen it with KD a couple times. We saw it there with McAnally again. Look for some more of that tonight.
2nd and 8. Good snap. That pass is batted down. On the defensive side, Reese Satterwhite got a hand on it. He's number 9, the defensive end, and his dad was an all-Big 8 performer for Oklahoma State way back in the day, Stacy Satterwhite. You remember him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure that Dillard and Owen were on the same page there. Dillard turned inside. Owen threw the ball outside. May have gotten deflected there at the line of scrimmage, but it looked like they were a little bit out of sync on that read.
3rd and 8 at the Owasso 21-yard line. So we'll see if this is 4-down territory for the Trojans. Good snap from Zach Cox. Owen's in trouble. He fires the fade and caught in the end zone. That's good. Touchdown Trojans on the catch by Sam Stone.
We're going to check out Mason Prince and the Trojan TV replay here, hopefully, but I think what Stone did right there was run a wheel route, and they felt like they were going to get some mismatches, so here it is on the instant replay. You're going to see Dillard stop right there, and Stone is actually acting like he's going to stock block those guys, and he just keeps on running. Nice call right there. Nice execution by both Dillard on the fake, and then on Sam, not only running the route, but making the catch.
Braxton Hart with the snap. Jake Flowers the hold. Noah Carter the kick toward Allan Trimble way, and it is good. And we have a timeout. 3:48 to go, first quarter. The Trojans dent the board first on a 21-yard pass play from Owen Jones to Sam Stone. It's the top-ranked Trojans 7 and number 1 ranked in Oklahoma City paper, the Owasso Rams nothing. Back in a moment on AM 1170 and Trojan TV.
When it comes to your home, what matters is making your home exactly how you want it. Custom windows from Window World will truly make your home better. Tested, proven, and sealed.
Here.
At Window World, every window is...
yeah, I can play it at the end of this break.
Window openings. And backed by the prestigious Good Housekeeping Seal. Window World of Tulsa is one of the only...
That'll be like your 10-second warning.
Okay. Of distinction and added warranty protection for windows, siding, and entry doors. Window...
Our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further for our customers, our employees, and our tribe. We march forward together in the pursuit of excellence because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise.
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family, and when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. we care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland.
Craving delicious.
1170. You can also scan it on the FM dial, 106.9 FM HD2, and JinxTrojanFootball.com streams our games. I'm Don King. Dr. Eric Fox to my right, Rob Loeber on the sidelines, and the birthday boy, Bryce Hulse, producing tonight's game. We'll go down to Jinx birthdays in a little bit. Mason Prince is our executive producer on Trojan TV, and the producer again tonight is Wyatt Shubin. Nice to have you alongside wherever you might be. Jinx just went on a nice drive after stopping Owasso at the Jinx 26. They went 74 yards in 11 plays.
I'll go ahead and ask the question, guys. What can't Sam Stone do? The guy is everywhere on both sides of the ball. On defense, we know his acumen over there. He's got his nose in just about every play. Seems to always be in the right position. Had a big interception last week against Santa Fe. We haven't seen the guy a whole lot on offense, but clearly he can do that too. He just shows up in the biggest moments over and over again for this Trojan team, and a beautiful execution, and take nothing away from that throw by Owen Jones on that last drive. A perfectly placed ball for Sam Stone to go up and get it, and a great drive to cap off that touchdown.
Yeah, outstanding leader in the school building as well. He's a student council officer. I will tell you, Rob, he does not have his CDL, so he cannot drive the bus.
We'll leave that to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Leave that to you. Sam
I wonder if he knows how to divide numbers and, come up with decimal points, too. We'll have to ask him about that
I'm
later.
sure he's heading to Princeton.
He's heading to Princeton, so I think it's a pretty good shot that he can do some math equations. But vice president of the student council, and his folks, Jason and Amy, have another son, I think Gabe, coming up as well in the program. So the Trojans are up 7-0, and here comes Owasso, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Frankenfield, the sophomore quarterback. Hand off to the right to Jaden Hall. He's a handful, but he gets stuffed by Carricker. How about Clark Carricker coming in last week in place of the outstanding sophomore, Samaj Stanford? Carricker's a sophomore himself at 5'11", 175.
He had an outstanding week last week. In fact, he was player of the game for the defensive unit. Just did an outstanding job. Good to see out. Great. He's a great athlete. Had a great summer in baseball as well. But nice tackle out there on space on the edge.
Loss of 3. Frankenfield wanting to throw. He's got his man caught at the 35 for a first down. And that is Noah Hill, their top receiver.
Yeah, just found the soft spot in the zone right there. And good execution, had a nice window. They're going to want to get some more pressure. They really want Cass Jacobson to get his frame in there, get his big size hands up and take away some of that throw-in lane, but just caught us in the zone. Look right there for a first down pickup.
We haven't seen their outstanding receiver, the transfer from Booker T. Washington, Takari Bethel, yet. He had a big game last week. Here's Frankenfield running and gets buried. He got tattooed in the chest by Blake Whittington, number 30.
Another baseball player, another great athlete. He was coming up from that safety position. Just really nice fit on the run play there, fitting in that lane when the quarterback pulled the ball and he made him pay for it.
And he gets 2 yards in place of Brody Henderson. I guess got a text from his dad, Scott, about the Cowboys in the community. We'll talk about them as we move along. 2nd and 8 at the 46. Frankenfield looking downfield, pressured out of the pocket. Now fires and incomplete. Dillard on the coverage, Caleb Dillard. And that was tough.
He was really running for his life. McAnell and the other guys putting on the pressure there, and he stepped up in the pocket and got rid of it. I tell you, he is not afraid to fire it downfield really close to the line of scrimmage.
Well, let's see what they do here. Let's see where Bethel goes. Number 14. He's going to be a wide out here to the near side. 2 long touchdown catches last week and a kickoff return for a score against Bixby. It's Hill in motion. Instead, they throw for Bethel, and what a grab. Did he hang on to it? The referee says yes, sir, at the 29-yard line.
That's a bad call. I'm just going to say he made the catch at first. Safety came over the top. He hit the ball. He was juggling the ball when he left the playing field, when he went out of bounds. Maybe the official didn't see it, but he got hit and was juggling the ball when he went out of bounds. But give it to him. Great route, great play, great throw at the bench route. At the sideline, safety came over the top, just got there a little bit too late.
Gain of 22 and a big 3rd down conversion. I would have given it to him, but I understand where you're coming from. Here's a sack at the line of scrimmage. 55 is Wiltshire, 58 is Luke McAnally, and so that'll be no gain and bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, my point is just he had the ball secured in the playing field. It got knocked loose as he left the playing field. When he landed outside the playing field, he had it secured again. I just didn't think he continued possession throughout the catch.
2nd down and 10 coming up. Trojan football brought to you by Matt McCoy Insurance. Former Trojan great from 96, 97, 98 state championship teams. Matt, a State Farm agent, one of the top in the Southwest region, and sponsor of the halftime show. 1 minute plus left here in the first quarter. Handoff, Hall, he's blasted at the line of scrimmage by Whittington again.
Whittington really stepping up, doing some important stuff. Again, Brody Henderson out. Big loss on both sides of the ball at tight end and outside linebacker last week, but Whittington is coming in, really filling in well. It's also giving them some opportunities to move Sam Stone around, do some different things with him. I like the way this defense is responding to the run game right now.
No kidding. 3rd down and 9 at the Jenks 31-yard line. 4 receivers out for Frankenfield. Can they convert another 3rd down? And this is 4-down territory. Hill in motion, now Methil in motion. Then they throw over the middle, and it's overthrown. He had Hill open for a 1st down.
Yeah, miscommunication to the back end. They had a good scheme right there. They're showing the run action with the fast motion to the wide side of the field, and they had Hill running free by himself in the middle of the field. So they had what they were looking for. They could not connect.
He is 4 of 8 in the first quarter and has passes completed at 34, 27, and 22 yards. Here he just needs 9 at the Jenks 31-yard line, 4th down. As you see, 19 seconds left in the quarter. They look out of the backfield. They had a man open, but they couldn't get it to him because 97, Cash Jacobson, the D1 prospect, comes up with a big sack.
Interesting, they've tried to pass the ball 2 times now in this area on 4th down. Cash comes up with a big sack right there. He's actually standing up. He's not, I'm sorry, they had a twist. He was down in the interior position. They twist him to the outside, and he's able to fight through that B gap to get to the quarterback. Also got to give a shout out to the secondary for giving Cash enough time to get there by staying on their coverage.
You got to wonder, too, does Cash Jacobson make that play last year at 230? He added 45 pounds of beef in the offseason, and I think it just showed up.
38-yard line, another swing pass out to Dillard. Gets by one defender, and, man, look at that speed. He gets up near the 45-yard line. They'll mark it out of bounds at about the 43, a gain of at least 5.
It's kind of the look that they showed earlier when with Cato being the lead blocker out there on the edge for Dillard. Similar setup to what they did with Sam Stone, except Sam went ahead and ran the outside route. So, just taking advantage of these quick throws with this defense as their linebackers are coming hard right now. 3rd catch of the game for Dillard. 8 of 10 passing for Owen Jones. KD over the left side. He'll pick up about 3. I don't mind that call at all. KD's running the ball well interior as we go to the end up the first quarter, but I like the way they're running the ball right now.
After one period of play, Trojan football brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. ClassicChevrolet.net. It's Jinx 7, Owasso nothing. Thanks for joining us on AM 1170 and streaming on Trojan TV.
Hey, it's Rusty Banks at Classic Chevrolet in Owasso. It's September and football is back. I'm excited to tell you about a few things we have going on out in Owasso. I've got $22,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Chevy Silverado crew cabs. I also have the hottest SUV in America, the all-new Chevy Trax, for only $299 per month. When you think Chevrolet, think Classic Chevrolet. Classic Chevrolet in Owasso, where a handshake still matters.
Chevy Trax sale price $20,000, 5.99%, 84 months WAC. Chevy Silverado MSRP $107,564, sale price $85,564.
5 years ago, the late Allan Trimble created the Extra Mile to honor the parents and caregivers of children with special needs by providing a free night of respite care for children aged 3 to 13 years old. While parents and caregivers enjoy dinner, their children enjoy a separate meal and a full evening of fun activities in a safe and medically supported environment. Find out how you can be a part of this amazing evening, Saturday, November 9th, by going to TrimbleStrong.org or find them on social media.
Putting you live.
Well, here are your numbers after one period of play, brought to you by Arvest Bank. The perfect bank for your changing world. Arvest Bank is the best choice for people on the go. And again, they donate $1 for every point scored by the Trojans to the Trimble Strong Foundation. Look for one of the 20 metro locations near you at arvest.com. Jinx, 37 yards rushing, 57 passing, 94 total yards in the first quarter. Meanwhile, for Owasso, as you pointed out, Coach, not doing too well running the ball, minus 6 yards rushing in the first quarter and 87 passing.
And you know, they've caught some big pass plays. Of course, one of them was that double pass trick play that opened things up a lot. But I like the way that the defense has shown their resolve, stop the run. That's what you always have to do first. At least in high school football, stop the run, and you just don't think that Owasso is going to be able to make a living like they did last year on the big plays. Right. You know, it definitely is something that our coaching staff has talked to them about, being disciplined in the back end. Even if on the one that they had a first down catch on, where we had a soft zone that kind of caught us in that zone look. It's still, you make the tackle, you make them snap it again, and it's interesting that, you know, they've gone for it now with a pass play on fourth down twice, and the Trojans have responded. So that last one was really a coverage sack and a nice stunt and twist by Cash to come around and make a play there.
Caden Jones had 187 yards rushing last week, his career high. He was a freshman 1,000-yard rusher at Broken Arrow. Moved to Jinx and was a 1,200-yard rusher last year as a sophomore, and is already being recruited by every major college in the country. He has 6 carries for 36 yards in the first quarter as the Trojans lead 7-0 on a 74-yard, 11-play drive, a 3rd and 8, 21-yard pass play to Sam Stone from Owen Jones. With 3:48 to go opening quarter. That's our only score. Here come the Trojans now, facing 3rd down and 3 at their own 45-yard line. Now on the radio side, they're moving right to left near hash mark. Number 12, Owen Jones, the quarterback. Good first quarter, 8 of 10 passing. Gets the snap, handoff KD. Finds a hole and probes his way to the first down marker, it appears.
Yeah, what's interesting right there is Owasso expecting the run, and they have everybody up around the line of scrimmage. One of their defensive linemen coming out now, looks like he's holding his shoulder down a little bit, but KD got hit hard in the line of scrimmage and still able to drive forward to get that first down.
Gain of 4 for the junior running back. They like to throw to him out of the backfield. Here they try to set it up. Owen's going to have to run. Slides down across the 50 at the 47. A gain of about 4.
We're trying to get KD out here on the wheel route into our boundary, close sideline here. And Owen has to avoid some pressure. Again, they're going to really I think, elevate the number of times that these linebackers come. They know that they can't sit back in a run defense and just take on this big offensive front, so they're going to be trying to move guys around and send guys on delayed blitzes, and got to Owen outside the pocket there.
2nd and 6. It's KD again. Nice hole up the middle. 40. Down to the 36-yard line, and another move of the chains.
Rob, what I was going to say there, when they bring those backers, what really makes them vulnerable is when KD gets to that second level.
Yeah, you got it, and he did get to that second level very easily there. It was one of the linebackers, Hudson Hodges, the senior, who had a shot at him in that hole, but could only reach out with the arm, and an arm tackle is not going to slow KD down too much.
That is the 7th first down, 8th first down of the game for the Trojans. Owen now dialing long distance and overthrows 2 receivers running down the middle of the field. One of them was Caleb Barnett, and the other one was, well, I think it was 25.
That was Jalen Cato.
Jalen Cato, thank you.
Jalen Cato
28.
and Caleb Barnett. Both guys actually with a step on that Owasso secondary, just couldn't make that connection.
Yeah, Owasso sold out on the blitz, and so they had those guys manned up in the middle of the field. Both of them had inside position, but Owen let it fly just a little bit too far there.
I mentioned Keith Riggs is the head coach of the Trojans and a former Owasso All-State running back. He's 2-2 as head coach for Jenks against his alma mater. Handoff KD over the right side. And a nice opening led by the center, Zach Cox, as he zips down for 6 yards to the 29.
Looks like they brought him back just a little bit on the spot, but still a good run right there by KD. He's able to find some room there. Again, if they're bringing those linebackers into the line of scrimmage every single time or very frequently on that blitz, it's going to open up things when they get past that first level.
3rd and 3 from the Owasso 29-yard line. Cato in motion. Sophomore wide receiver. Now McAnally at tight end as an H-back in motion. KD stood up at the line of scrimmage and wrestles his way forward. Makari Alexander, a defensive back who can play linebacker, stuffs him for no gain. 4th down.
Actually gave KD a little bit of a breather on that one. That was Trey Mays who came in for his first carry of the game, but KD right back onto the field now as they're going to dial up something for 4th down.
I was just going to say, I'm sorry, Don, I wouldn't be surprised to see them use the wide side of the field with KD doing something like a swing pass.
Exactly. 4th and 3 at the Owasso 29. Trojans lead 7-0, trying to keep this drive going. They bring KD out of the big backfield, and Owen Jones is sacked back at the 37-yard line. Give it up to Taj Overton, number 3. I think he is a relative of former All-State nose tackle Marquise Q. Overton, but I'm not sure of the relation.
Yeah, right. And Overton had a really good game against us last year. This is his first kind of peek into the stat line, on that play. Of course, it was a costly one. We had something working here with KD coming out of the backfield, and Owen just didn't have enough time to look up and find his guy.
So a loss of 8 on the play. And here's Frankenfield with a short pass caught in the flat by Drew Hogan, one of the captains of this team.
Hogan, a real possession type receiver out here, one-on-one coverage. Shockley comes up on the hitch, and then he gets some help from Carricker coming over. But the guys that they're really worried about, number 14, had a big game last week, Bethel.
Yes. 2nd and 4 at the 43. Running play. Oh, down the middle. Look out to the 40. Still on his feet. Wow. That was a hard run by Chris Zaferes. Zaferes, the 3rd-string tailback. But a kid that's familiar with Jenks, his dad was a teacher here at Jenks at one time, then and went into the police department.
I taught with him. He's a great art teacher. Good guy, good family. But right there just had to be misaligned. We left the gap uncovered, and then we were stepping up. Very poor tackling. Should have had him down much earlier.
To the Jenks 21-yard line. They're knocking on the door. And more to the 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Owasso. The run by Jason Moll, M-O-L-L.
Unfortunate there. We just talked about in the first quarter how well we have been stopping the run, and then 2 plays right there, just misaligned, not covering our gaps. We gave up the outside leverage on that last play, and he just takes it to the house.
So back-to-back plays of 36 and 21 yards. And Noah Hill, the wide receiver, is also their punter and place kicker. And to tie the game, he bangs it down the middle. So a timeout on the field, 7:58 to go, first half. It is Jenks 7 and Owasso 7 after they convert the extra point, and we're back after a 1-minute break on AM 1170 and Trojan TV.
It's that time of year where you jockey with the thermostat between the AC in the afternoon and heating in the mornings. That's sure hard on your unit, so it's a good idea to service your unit by calling the locally owned and operated Innovative Air Pros. You've seen their red, white, and blue vans around the area with the big A in the middle. They're your home pros serving the entire Green Country area. And now Innovative can service your plumbing issues for your
delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken. Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
On this field of stars and stripes, champions are born. Here, the Friday night lights offer a different view, where the lines of protection extend from sea to shining sea, and the bravery to tackle challenges extends on and off the field of battle. At Cherokee Federal, we stand with our warfighters. We work 24/7 to build strategic solutions, solve complex challenges, and serve our military and veteran community with compassion and heart. For every star, every stripe, we stand committed to supporting America's great.
Jason Moll has us deadlocked at 7-7, 7:58 to go first half. And here's the kickoff by Hill. KD Jones awaits the kickoff. This will be into the end zone, though, for the automatic touchback. Trojan football brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. And the injury update has Brody Henderson, the two-way player at tight end and linebacker, out tonight with a sprained MCL. And then Samaj Stanford is dressed, but is not playing tonight with an ankle injury. He rolled his ankle last week on the, I think it was about the 5th play of the game last week.
Hadn't even got a defensive snap in.
No,
just
he
a couple
didn't.
of offensive plays.
So here come the Trojans after they were stopped on 4th and 3, and then Owasso went bang, bang, bang and scored in 3 plays. Snap back, handoff KD, trying to bust loose and can't do it. Man, Owasso's playing with some juice now. And that tackle is made by Ashton Smith, a senior linebacker.
One of the first plays, tackle for a loss. You don't see that very often with KD. Usually at least gets up to the line of scrimmage. But like you said, these are guys that had a great week last week against what people thought to be the best team in the state, the Bixby Spartans. And, you know, they have a lot of belief and energy right now, so we've got to kind of take that away from them by a grind.
All right, so here's 2nd and 8. And a pass caught up near the 25 to the 30 and a first down. That's Nate Domek.
Rob, you really love to see that. Just a simple slant route, and he has the whole field to work with, but then he carries Owasso on his back to get the first down.
Well, it's just putting yourself in good position in front of that defender, right? Presenting that target. Owen Jones able to hit the target and then dragging dudes for about another 4 or 5 yards to get past the line to gain. So nice show of strength there and muscle and muster by Nate Domek.
His 3rd catch of the night. Here is a handoff. Katie over the left side and scoots up for a couple of yards to the 35-yard line. Well, the hometown huddle was a big-time hit tonight. Every sport had, the wrestling team had an egg throw where they were 3 of them on a bench inside chicken wire, and people paid to throw eggs at them.
That's a tradition. My garage still smells like eggs from when my son brought his clothes home.
2nd and 8 from the 33. Jones Fires off the back hip. What a catch at the 35. First down to the 20. And a first down Trojans, his first varsity catch for the sophomore, Jalen Cato.
You can see why they're so excited about that young man. Does a great job of adjusting to the ball. Gets behind two Owasso defenders, which as deep as they're playing is really hard to do.
Look at this catch. I mean, it was, we'll get to a replay maybe later. It was right over his head. And here's a run down to the 10-yard line. So the Trojans are answering back here, trying to take the lead back.
Trojans got down there before they moved the chains.
Quick tempo here from this offense.
First down, or second down from the 10. KD to the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Yes.
KD on the TD right there. Again, just tough running, and these guys decided to take this back into their hands. It wasn't a long drive, but big plays right there. Tough runs, set up a long pass, and great adjustment by Cato, and then KD takes it in the end zone.
10-yard TD run for KD. Here's the extra point from Noah Carter, number 33, who is a senior. Replacing Jack Franklin, who was outstanding a year ago, who was a soccer goalkeeper, decided to come out for football and was outstanding last year as the place kicker, and Carter waiting his turn. So a break in the action with 5:45 to go. The Trojans gave up 7, but they come back and get 7 and regain the lead over the Owasso Rams 14-7. Thanks for joining us on AM 1170 and the Trojan TV.
Hey, it's Rusty Banks at Classic Chevrolet in Owasso.
When you've got to spend some time away, there's no better place for your best friend to stay than Woodland West Pet Resort. With 17,000 square feet of fun, you can both take a no-guilt vacation, relax, both of you, pick up a new skill, chow down on some well-deserved vacation food, make new friends, have a spa day, and finally, come home to your best friend. Woodland West Pet Resort. Sit, stay, and play. Located next to Woodland West Animal Hospital off Highway.
No matter the challenge, rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further for our customers, our employees, and our tribe. We march forward together in the pursuit of excellence because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise.
Number 11, Cooper Shockley, one of the starting cornerbacks, makes the stop. But look who stopped in. Former linebacker, captain, some state championship teams, Woodland West's Kent Clark.
Yeah. How's it going, guys?
Nice to see you, sir.
Glad to be back there, man. This is the most packed game I've seen in a little while. A bunch of people here. Kind of think there was a hometown huddle or something to get going.
Yeah, right?
We'll try and get Kent's mic going here. Here's a first down pass caught at the 21 and down for about 5 yards.
Number 10, Drew Frankenfield's pass complete to number 16, Julius Wilson.
So Wilson catches his second pass of the night for 5 up to the 23-yard line. Let me see if I've got you in the right spot here. Kent, it's hard for me to try to Set you up here. Here's a running play and close to the first down marker. Probably have it with 5 minutes to go. Can you hear me okay now?
I can't hear you on there.
Okay. But I can hear you, and that's good. All right. So you're here tonight. First, you're a big sponsor here of the Trojans, not just on the radio, on the streaming, but a game sponsorship, video, billboards.
Yeah.
You're doing it all, man.
Yeah, I like to put the dogs on the TV. Everybody likes to see the dogs. So.
Exactly. Gain of 6 on the run on the last play. Here's a pass. Look out. Up near midfield. That's Bethel, I believe. Yep. I saw him here on the 9th grade a couple of years ago, and he was electrifying then.
Well, that's the guy they're worried about, and what's happening is what they don't want to happen, right? They don't want him loose in the field right now. They're just getting guys that are a little bit out of position, and Owasso's able to get bodies on some guys and get him loose, and he's so speedy that once he gets into the secondary, it's quite a race.
Gain of just over 20 on the last play. Now they're starting to show some assertion on that offensive line with Blake Cherry and Riker Hoff have 2 tackles that are D1 commits.
And they called an injury timeout there for the Trojans. I guess Zach Fisher banged up a little bit. But, Cherry is the guy that they really have been looking for big things from, and got a lot of college interest looking at him, and they do have that momentum rolling right now.
Cherry's committed, I believe, to Arkansas, and Half is committed to Oklahoma State. 2nd and 4 at the Owasso 44-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go first half. Trojans up 14-7. Handoff straight ahead. This is big running play again, and it's Ferris, 5'9", 205, and he bulls his way inside the 40 to the 39, a gain of 5, first down.
Ken understands this as a linebacker. They're wanting those defensive linemen to hold those offensive linemen up so the linebackers have a chance to run through and make some plays. Right now, we're just getting driven back a little bit.
Yeah, those defensive linemen, they're getting driven back pretty good. That offensive line's doing pretty good for Owasso there.
Ken, of course, he teamed up with Troy Tabor to be one of the best linebacking duos in Trojan history. 1st and 10 at the Owasso 39-yard line. And they try to go with a little more quickness now. This is Jalen Moore, Jason Mole, who scored their touchdown, and a gain from the 39 down to the 36.
Troy Tabor brought us the ribs tonight.
Yes. That's Trent Tabor.
Trent Tabor, his nephew is the one that teamed up with Kent there. But
what did I say? Troy Tabor?
Yeah.
I gave Troy way too much credit.
We got Troy's ribs on the mic. But Ken, I do want you to talk about, when you get a second here, the kind of just the tradition of excellence from that linebacker position and how that really shapes the defensive unit's mentality.
We'll do that after this second down play. So Ferris again bulling his way forward to the 30-yard line. Still can't bring him down. Looks like a rugby scrum. They'll mark it down at the 31, a gain of 5. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Flag.
And I think that's going to go against the Trojans. That flag got thrown emphatically.
Face mask, maybe. Richard Dixon, our referee. Talk about playing linebacker, what it meant to you.
Oh, man. One thing about playing linebacker at Jenks is Coach Riggs, I'll tell you, that guy had every play. We were so prepared for every game. He had every play dialed in. We knew what they were running before they were going to run the play. And on the workouts during the summer, it was always 6 a.m. every morning, and Coach Trimble had us moving, man. There's a big traditions of excellence here in Jenks.
That's quite a costly penalty there for unsportsmanlike conduct that moves the ball down there. They're going to have to get some poise. Don't want to give these guys a chance to answer right back after your offense scored on that last drive.
Bethel splits out to the left along with Hill. Hogan splits to the right on first down. Instead of running play, Mole again, trying to weave his way through traffic. A lot of traffic there. And they'll mark it dead at the 14. It appears a gain of about 3.
I'd say something else about that linebacker play. You know, you learn from your playing days here how important it is to be a part of something bigger than yourself and to commit to a team. And I see that even in your professional career. I mean, you guys are great sponsors of the community, serving on the Chamber of Commerce board. I mean, you're everywhere, man. You're at the ribbon cutting for the mall and everything. Just that heart of service. And I think that really gets ingrained in these guys. Maybe we can talk about that here in a minute.
Yeah. 2nd down and 7. A quick pass to Bethel, trying to do some athletic running, and he gets down to the 6-yard line and has another first down.
Yeah, Jenks, man, we're just you really learn a big team commitment when you're playing at Jenks, and Coach Trimble really instilled that with us. Coach Riggs now, I know for sure he's doing that, and you really get that heart of service and really that team atmosphere when you're at Jenks. I can really say that for sure. Yeah. And giving back to the community is basically just like giving back from what the coaches and the community has done for me.
Yeah. So we sure appreciate it for sure.
You bet. 1st and goal at the Jenks 7-yard line. Safaris, the big running back in. Where's this Hall? Instead, it's the quarterback. Ball. Ball's on the ground, but Owasso covered it at the 6-yard line.
Nice play call right there. They faked the handoff to the running back headed to the right behind that big offensive line. Quarterback pulls the ball. He's out one-on-one in space. Evades a tackle, but then coughs it up. But unfortunately, it rolls towards the goal line instead of away. So it actually helps him out a little bit. Need a big defensive stop. We need a Ken Clark turnover here, man.
2nd and goal from the 5. Nice job, Sam Stone. Leading the way there on the tackle. Number 15.
Character in there as well, guys. Coming up from that linebacker and that safety spot. Good stuff there by the Trojans.
They're running out of time. 40 seconds left here in the quarter.
You got to think this is 4-down territory. They'll use up as much of the clock and some timeouts if they have to end the half with this drive.
From the 4 on 3rd down. Here's a Wildcat play to Safaris, and he's in, I think. No, he's out, just outside the goal line. So it's 4th and goal. How about this for some excitement at the end of the first half?
I'm not going to call a timeout.
That's Jenks, I get a timeout.
And that's what the Trojans are going to do. So the Trojans have called a timeout with 14 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, I think Owasso's trying to get up on the ball. They were so close to it, just go with a quarterback sneak kind of while the Trojans were not quite lined up and locked in. And so that's got to be, Rob, less than a football length in.
Yeah, you got it, Coach Fox. About half the length of the football is all they need. About half a football.
It's got to be a sneak. Ken Clark, inside linebacker, he's going to be coming in the gaps, right? I mean, you got to fill those interior.
I also had
places,
Big Hugh Overton right in front of me. He took out just about everybody.
They couldn't even see you. They didn't even know you were back there.
I'd hide his big butt and just go right behind and get him.
Another former player that's a big sponsor is Matt McCoy Insurance, State Farm agent at 81st and 129th East Avenue. And Matt will sponsor the halftime show, as he always does. And Coach Fox, you've got a special guest coming up.
Yeah, I had a great opportunity to talk to Dr. Justin McCracken, a social studies teacher, does so many things. Former soccer coach, helps coach boys tennis as well. Also talked to him about the International Scholars Program. I know Rob had Channel 2 News out talking about that ISP program this week. So good conversation with Dr. McCracken this week.
And he does history of film?
Yes, history through film.
How cool.
He developed that class.
I did not know that.
He does a great job with that.
Took that in college. All right, here we go. 4th and goal at the Jenks 1-yard line. Let's see if Frankenfield is in. Nope, they're going to go with the Wildcat. Oh, now they back off. Maybe, TV isn't ready yet. They've got a fullback into the game. Number 32, that's Hang Song Yang. He's listed as a wide receiver. No, 32, I beg your pardon. That's Kason Adcock, 5'11", 215. Yeah, he's a linebacker. That makes more sense. And then number 8, Safaris in. Now they get ready to line up. And Richard said, okay, now we're ready. Frankenfield splits out to the left. And it's Safaris. Yes, and he is in. Touchdown, Owasso.
Touchdown, Owasso.
Yeah, interesting. No time ever went off the clock on that play. Not that there's going to be a whole lot of time left for the Trojans to do anything.
So the Rams come back after Jenks had retaken the lead at 14-7. Kason Hodges, who starts on defense as I believe a linebacker or also a wide receiver, will do the holding, and the kick by Hill is good. So with 14 seconds left, it is 14-14. And this drive summary brought to you by Window World of Tulsa. For appointments, windowworldtulsa.com. Or you can call them at 918-994-6400. They went 82 yards after Jenks had taken the lead. They came right back in 13 plays. Kent Clark has joined us here for a couple more minutes. Kent, what's going on at Woodland West, Woodland University, and the Pet Resort?
Oh, man, we just redid our whole doggy daycare pool, and so we added a few new cameras, and owners can get online and watch their dogs splash in the pool. We got some new game day suites, OU suites, OSU suites,
Nice.
and they'll have the live cameras in there, and so people can watch their dogs. We even have a Jenks Trojan suite, actually.
Really?
Too, so
Nice.
if you guys are ever going out of town, put them in the Jenks Trojan suite.
And how's your sister doing?
She's a veterinarian over there
Yep,
at the animal hospital, so she's been a vet for about 2 years.
Here's the kickoff. Kick it straight away. It hits near the goal line, and so KD can't do anything with it. And your mom and dad, Linda and Dr. Ross, doing well?
They're doing great. My mom is an international dog show judge, so she's traveling around the world. She just got back from London doing a Crufts dog show not too long ago. And she's doing the Westminster Dog Show this year.
Nice.
And my dad's enjoying retirement.
Good.
So
He's got you and your sister working.
Yeah, right.
So he's able to enjoy it.
Well, he deserves it.
No, he still comes and checks in.
All right, first down at the 20. It looks as though Jenks will just take a knee and head to the locker room, tied at 14, and that'll be the case. So the Trojans twice have had the lead in this game, but Owasso has come back. Kent, always a pleasure.
Hey,
man.
thank you. Hey, I always appreciate you guys. Coach Fox, I appreciate you too. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
It's always an honor coming up here. Thank you.
Same. Honor having you with us. All right, let's get down on the field and see what we can find out from Coach Riggs as Rob Loeber joins him. Or are we going to do the TV bit first? Yeah, they're going to do TV first. Let them visit with him, and we will catch up with Coach Riggs at the beginning. Well, I'll leave that up to Rob, whether he wants to catch him now or wait until the start of the second half.
Yeah, if we can grab him right now,
okay.
We'll
Sounds
just do
good.
that, and we'll keep it here.
All right.
Hopefully, our friends on the TV side will keep it quick.
All right, and while we do that, tell us who your halftime guest is tonight.
Yeah, so I had a great conversation with assistant coach Willie Ponder, coaching the tight ends and the H-backs. You know, his story, well documented. Spent 6 years at McLean High School as the head coach, and you know, people think maybe he's new to Jenks, but he's actually lived here for quite a few years. His kids have been in school here for a long time, and just felt the timing was right. So talked to him about that, and also had some good stories from his NFL days. So here we are with Coach Riggs, guys. Down on the field here with Coach Riggs. Quite the chess match so far in the first half, Coach, with a 14-14 score. Just give me your assessment on both sides of the ball of what you feel like you've done well and what needs to change in the second half.
Well, really good game, right? That's kind of what we expected. They're a really good team, and
I think we missed on some opportunities, had some mistakes. We've got to clean those up, and we didn't do a very good job stopping the run there late in the half, and we need to make some adjustments at halftime. We got to stop the run and force them into their passing game.
I'll let you get to it. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Back downstairs to you guys. I'm about to get invaded here by the Bears.
Thank you, Rob. And that visit with Coach Riggs is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. Riding with Coach Riggs in his interview, sponsored by Classic Chevrolet, open tomorrow till 8:30, serving the metro area for nearly 40 years. The Matt McCoy Insurance Halftime Report continues in a moment on AM 1170 and Trojan TV.
When you doggy parents go on vacation away, I know the best place for your pets to stay. That's Woodland West. It's the Ritz-Carlton for pets. Doggy daycare, luxury suites, live webcams, training, and more. Even sport-themed rooms for the teams you adore. So next time you plan to go out of town, put us to the test. We'd love to show you why Woodland West is the best.
Woodland West Pet Resort, 918-299-5720. That's 918-299-5720. Or online at woodlandwestpetresort.com.
Oklahoma, a great place to call home. Your home is our home too. As the only locally owned news radio station, no one living thousands of miles away makes decisions about what you need to hear. We go farther, work harder, invest more with the biggest radar and helicopter for severe storm coverage. You can get the information you need to make your own decisions. You and yours can be safe and informed. You'll hear the difference locally owned makes every day. Only on Oklahoma's own 1170 News on 6. Welcome to the Jenks Trojan Halftime Report. We'll recap the first half, look back at this date in Trojan history, recall great players of the past, and look over scores from around the area. Brought to you by Matt McCoy Insurance. Bundle and save with your State Farm agent, Matt McCoy. Recognized.
Putting you live.
Agents in Oklahoma.
No matter the challenge, rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further. For our customers, our employees, and our tribe, we march forward together in the pursuit of excellence. Because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise.
When you've got to spend some time away, there's no better place for your best friend to stay than Woodland West Pet Resort. With 17,000 square feet of fun, you can both take a no-guilt vacation, relax, both of you, pick up a new skill, chow down on some well-deserved vacation food, make new friends, have a spa day, and finally, come home to your best friend. Woodland West Pet Resort. Sit, stay, and play. Located next to Woodland West Animal Hospital. Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. We care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland West Animal
But that following year, we had my best year at McLean. We went 6-4, and honestly, I just didn't. I was ready for a new start. I couldn't go through a new rebuild at McLean. I feel like I have done enough there and put it to where it is now. And why not jinx America? You know, this is the top of the top. I know it reminds me of college football, and it's where it's at. It's where it's at.
So a lot of guys maybe would say, well, I'm a head coach. Why would I go be an assistant coach somewhere, right? What did you learn as a head coach to be a better assistant? Like what do you know now about what a head coach needs from his position coaches in order for the whole staff to be successful? What did that teach you?
Well, first off, like you said, to be a head coach, you got to have good assistants, right? So I knew that I had to hire good assistants. And I know when I had the opportunity to come here from talking with Coach Riggs that there's good assistants here. Then when I found out Coach Wilkinson was coming here, definitely heard about Coach Wilkins, and I've enjoyed since the spring learning from him. So, and I wanted to coach football again. You know, as a head coach, you tend to coach coaches more than you coach players. And I wanted to coach football. I wanted to get back to game planning, truly game planning, instead of looking over game plans. I wanted a game plan. I wanted to be hands-on with a position group again.
And maybe new to the Jenks coaching staff, but not new to the community.
Right.
You've lived here for several years. Your kids go to school here.
Yeah.
Was there a moment, though, for you in joining this staff where maybe you entered the Sharp Center for the first time or stepped on that field or saw, you know, the talent assembled at practice and you're like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
Oh, now I see what they're talking about in terms of the Jenks perception.
Well, you said it. The first time I walked in the Sharp Center and I got off that elevator, you know, there's gold balls everywhere. And just being from Tulsa and knowing the history, knowing what it is, it was just honorable just to be a part of it. And I know, you know, a lot of people questioned it. Like, what are you doing? Like, were you going there? Yeah, I'm going to be myself. I asked Coach Riggs, could I be myself when I get there? And he's accepted me. Everyone in the community is accepting me who I am, and I love it. So it is.
So how has it sort of met or maybe exceeded your expectations as far as coming in as one of the new guys? There's also a lot of other new guys with you who are first year on the staff, but how do you feel like the staff chemistry has developed? How has the transition been overall for you, and just in terms of making you feel at home?
They open me with open arms, and you know, it's like the expectation is there, right? Like, you come in, if you know you're on staff, you're going to do your job. You're going to have your group prepared, and if you're not, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. Like, right? If you're not doing your job, if you're late, if you're not doing the things, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb, because there's expectations here, right? And there's the expectations that you do the right thing. Now, everything's not going to be perfect, but definitely if you're not on your job, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. So
well, let's talk about the two seniors you have at that position group, Brody Henderson and Jack McAnally. What have you seen out of those guys as far as what their strengths are and the skill set that they're both individually bringing to the table?
I mean, hard workers. I think smart kids, you know, accountable kids. You know, that's one thing that I do appreciate is the accountability pieces that's expected. You know, it's the expectation is here, you know, and it kind of, I mean, honestly, it makes coaching easy. It makes coaching easy when you got players that understands the expectations and understands accountability. It makes coaching easy for me. I mean, just because now, okay, do your job as a coach. Don't overcoach. You know, let them guys play, and those two seniors are leaders, and they're getting it done right now.
That's awesome. Talking with Willie Ponder here on the Jenks Football Halftime Report, assistant coach for tight ends and H-backs. Okay, I got to ask you quick about your time just in the NFL. Right? A kid from Tulsa goes to Southeast Missouri State, a small directional school. Somehow gets drafted in the 6th round. I mean, just tell me about living your dream and getting to play at the highest level, and not only at the highest level, but on the New York City stage, the biggest of all stages, and what that was like for a few years.
Man, what you saying and how you said it gave me chills. Honestly, I'm sitting here got chills about it. I got that call from the late Jim Foster, head coach of the New York Giants at that time, and you know, I got that opportunity. I got hurt my rookie year, And Fossil told me, hey, listen, you're hurt, but we believe in you. And that was a great feeling to have. And then here comes TC, which is the man, Tom Kaufman comes in second year. We draft Eli Manning. He says, hey, listen, we're going to be our kick returner. I led the league in kickoff returns that year. I took my job, took my responsibility as serious as possible. And, it was a great 4 years. And I still say I had 4 years, even though I didn't win that Super Bowl in 07 with them. I ended up leaving and going to Seattle. But I still was there for 4 years. I grinded with those guys. And best time of my life. I learned a lot. Even the ups and downs of it was in the Big Apple.
A little hard work,
and
belief in yourself
it goes a long way. Yeah. And so that's just what I peel into my kids now, and it's a great place to do it too.
Well, it's a really cool story, Willie. It's an inspirational story.
Yes, sir.
I know I speak for the entire community in the district when we say we're thrilled to have you here, working here, teaching here with your kids here, and now on the football staff. So thanks for doing this. Thanks for the time.
Anytime.
And best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And that's Willie Ponder here on the Jenks Football Halftime Report. We'll be back with more right after this. You're listening to the Jenks Football Audio Network.
At Arvest Bank, we believe in the power of community. That's why we recognize, serve, and support communities of all kinds. From small towns to big cities, business startups to large companies, young families to seniors, and those with shared backgrounds and interests. We value your contributions and are proud to work alongside you because every community deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma is the region's sports medicine authority, serving as the team physicians for more universities, more high schools, and more club teams than all the other providers combined. At Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, we're focused on providing you with the personalized orthopedic care you deserve. For the area's best teams, and for the athlete in all of us, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma is the region's sports medicine authority.
And welcome back from more of the Matt McCoy State Farm Insurance Halftime Show. Very excited. This segment of Around Campus with Derek Fox is with Dr. Justin McCracken. Dr. McCracken, thanks so much for being part of it.
Thank you, Dr. Fox.
It's like the old Spies Like Us movie, right? Chevy Chase saying, doctor. We'll get past that. So anyway, Justin, why don't you start out by telling people what you do here at Jenks High School?
I have been at Jenks High School since January of 2006, so roughly 19 years. I am currently teaching AP Human Geography, History through Film. I have taught pretty much every social studies class you can teach at Jenks. I am also a tennis coach. I have coached soccer in the past. I coach academic team, coach mock trial, and I'm also one of the co-directors of the International Scholars Program.
I'd like to talk to you more about the International Scholars Program, but your mock trial and academic teams both were very successful last year, won state championships, had a chance to go to nationals, so congrats on that. I know that's a lot of work, a lot of time,
absolutely,
especially in the fall. So talk to us. I know Channel 2 did a story on the International Scholars Program. Tell our listeners what that's about.
So one of the things that Cody Engel and I talked about a lot in our creation of International Scholars Program is the fact that we have many STEM opportunities at Jenks High School, but we don't necessarily have programs that afford students who are interested in the humanities an opportunity to really dive deeper. So we set up this program as a way of providing those opportunities. One of the great things about it is the fact that if a kid is interested in STEM, it doesn't mean that they're on the outside looking in. Doctors Without Borders, Engineers Without Borders, there are all these opportunities that are STEM focused, but as they move outside of the realm of the United States, they're using those humanities tools, those global ideas, and it's an opportunity for them to engage in those humanities style and globally focused educational opportunities. And that's what our program is about. It's student-led in many of the things that we do. One of the things coming up that we do have is Global Village. Our high school students go to the intermediate schools and talk about some of these global opportunities or these cultural events with our intermediate students. And then we also, on October 28th, in the PAC at 7 o'clock, $5 tickets, we will have a Global Village, a night of culture, where we are hoping that the community will come and see a lot of the diversity that is within our own school community.
And those are student-led presentations, student-created, all those. October 28th, you say?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We have roughly 100 students in our program, and it is student-led. We have some senior leaders who are regional leads that are in charge of the different regions, and the seniors and juniors work together to put together all the presentations. There will be music, there will be song and dance, there will also be fashion show. So any way that we can highlight some of the different cultures that are within our school, that's what we're trying to do with this program.
Well, you guys have put in a lot of work with Cody Engel, like you said, Christina Henson, Lindsay Taylor, and you have these students for a special advisory each day. So appreciate all your work. And you've had graduates that have gone on to college, studied international scholars, international studies, international business, a variety of things, gotten great scholarship opportunities as well.
Absolutely, and they're at smaller schools. They're all over the United States. We have some recent graduate is now at the University of Dublin. So we have students who are putting the time and effort in educationally to do something in the future, whether it's working with the State Department, working with some of those opportunities, like I said, with Doctors Without Borders, Engineers Without Borders, or even just doing something within their own community. We've had many alumni come back and talk about, even within the city of Tulsa, how they are using some of those educational opportunities at Jenks and how they're moving forward with those careers here at home.
That's great. I know you're also a big family guy. Got to give a shout out to your wife, the new VOE Vision of Excellence Award winner last week, Diane McCracken. She's one of our college counselors. You got 2 kids that are here at Jenks.
Absolutely.
People may not know that they know you're a soccer fan perhaps, but you still play soccer, right?
I am still playing, not at the same level I used to, but yes, I am still playing.
All right. And talk to us about some of your favorite coaching moments, whether that was in tennis or in soccer. I know you won a state championship, but talk to us about maybe a favorite moment from Jenks Athletics.
Yeah, with soccer, I'm going to say it deals with the current girls head soccer coach. James Gross was one of my players when I was coaching soccer. What's great about it is watching my daughter play for him, knowing that she is the same age he was when he was one of my players. I love that, the fact that she has this bond with his kiddo. But I think with Gross, one of the things that I loved about him is there was a game we had a player who had a torn ACL fighting through that injury as a senior, and he would get iced at the end of the first half and he'd be done for the second half. And James walked over to him in one game and he said, "Keep your stuff on, I'm going to go get you a PK." And
No matter the challenge, rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further. For our customers, our employees, and our tribe, we march forward together in the pursuit of excellence. Because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise.
Got $22,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Chevy Silverado crew cabs. I also have the hottest SUV in America, the all-new Chevy Trax, for only $299 per month. When you think Chevrolet, think classic.
10 seconds.
6 Chevrolet in Owasso, where a handshake still matters.
Chevy Trax sale price $20,000, 5.99%, 84 months WAC. Chevy Silverado MSRP $107,564, sale price $85,564.
Putting you live.
Time to run down some team stats brought to you by Woodland West Pet Resort and Animal Hospital off Highway 75 and Union Boulevard just south of Tulsa Hills. They're open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. First downs 9 apiece. Owasso wasn't running the ball, minus 6 yards rushing in the first quarter. But while. They made up for it in the second quarter. Overall, 21 carries, 99 yards in the first half. They're 7 of 11 passing for 124 yards. So they've got 223 total yards. 21 for 99 running for Owasso. 7 of 11 passing for 124, 223 total. No turnovers. The good thing is 1 of 5 in third downs, 0 for 3 on fourth downs. Jenks, as I mentioned, 9 first downs, 16 of 81 rushing, 9 of 12 passing for 111 yards. So 81 rushing, 111 passing for 192 total. That one turnover really hurt when Jenks got the ball to start the game and was driving and fumbled inside their 30-yard line. Now the individual stats brought to you by Innovative Air Pros, heating and air conditioning, and now offering plumbing services, veteran owned and operated locally at 918-299-1955. Here's what we've got for the Trojans. I mentioned Owen 9 of 12 for 70 yards, Dillard 3 catches, 19 yards, Domek 2 catches, 19 yards. Cato had his first catch of the season, his first varsity catch as a sophomore for 46 yards. And then you've got running the ball, KD 13 for 77 yards. For Owasso, well, Bethel has 2 catches for 43 yards. Julius Wilson is backup, 2 catches for 45 yards. And running the football, Severus came in that second quarter, 6 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Those individual stats brought to you by Innovative Air Pros. Now it's time to get through some scores, and here's a shocker for you. And this Union and Stillwater tonight in Stillwater. Kirk Frederick actually started his coaching career in Stillwater. I think he was there 3 or 4 years as head coach. He goes back to Payne County, and right now, Stillwater, who is one of the better teams in 6A2, they were state runners-up a year ago, facing Union in 6A Division I, and right now the Pioneers lead it at halftime 21-0. Bixby is taking it out on Sand Springs after they got beat by Owasso last week. And right now, it is Bixby taking care of business. I think it's 34-7 at halftime. We'll check on that score here again. But Bixby is having no trouble in that game. Tahlequah in the third quarter leading Sapulpa 17-14. It is 36-7 at halftime, favor of Bixby. And then in 6A Division I, before we get to Coach Fox and his keys to the game here for the third quarter, other scores in 6A Division I, Edmond Memorial's having a good start. They're leading Deer Creek 23-14. Edmond North in a shootout with Santa Fe, who lost here last week. Santa Fe 35, Edmond North 26 in the third quarter. Edmond, I mentioned that score. Southmore leading at Westmore 10-7. Mustang is all over Yukon in the third quarter, 31-0. And Norman in our district is leading Norman North 23-6. So those are the rundowns of the area scores brought to you by Red Rock Canyon Grill on Riverside Drive, where flavor steals the show. Now keys to the second half with a game tied at 14, brought to you by Classic Chevrolet, which has your new keys waiting for you. Again, open tomorrow 8:30 to 8:30. You can find out all the information you need at ClassicChevrolet.net. Coach, what do you think?
Yeah, just get back to script. Get back to the game plan. You know, you're moving the ball. You stopped yourself with a fumble that you gave away, a possession. You had some penalties. You didn't execute on one drive and convert, but then defensively, you've made some mistakes and some uncharacteristic penalties. You know that you can't give a team like this extra hope and extra life by giving a personal foul that close to the end zone. And, so just get back on script. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't do more than you're supposed to do. I heard Coach Wilkinson talking about that in pregame. You know, don't feel like you got to do anything more than you've been trained and coached to do. But do your job, fill your right gap assignment on defense, make the tackle, make the block on offense, hold on to the ball. And this is a team that we can beat if we play our best and they play their best. I like our chances in the second half.
All right, tied 14. Jenks has had the lead twice, and this kick will settle into the end zone, so the Trojans will take over. 1st and 10 at the 20. Again, they're without their starting tight end, Brody Henderson, who's out with a knee and hopes to be back in a couple of weeks. His dad, Scott Henderson, is part of the Cowboys in the community. What a job they do. I talked about him last week, and there are, I think, about 15 former OSU football players who do a lot here in the Jenks community in the metro area and do a lot with Special Olympics. And they're Special Olympics practicing soccer this past few weeks and bowling, getting ready for some fall games. Here's Owen Jones with KD in the backfield. They'll fake to KD and throw a screen to Domek. Gets a block and fights forward for a couple of yards.
I think that was actually Caleb, wasn't it? Maybe?
Yes, it was. Caleb Barnett with his first catch as a Trojan after 97 catches in 2 seasons at Broken Arrow. And Bill Haston is supposed to join us. He wrote an article in the Tulsa World, and now they're going to get Barnett out of the game for some reason on an equipment issue. Gain on that play of 3 yards up to the 23, 2nd and 7. Hand off on a delay to KD, and boy, there's just not much there. But look at his power. Pick up 2 yards.
So this is 3rd and I guess going to be about 5, maybe 4.5. But a critical play here, just because you gave Owasso, well, they're spotting it back now, but you gave Owasso some momentum and let them score right there at the half, and so you don't want to go 3 and out here on this first possession to come out of the second half. You want to get back on your script and get your momentum back, but they've got their linebackers all walked up at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 5 at the 25. KD out of the backfield. They'll fake to him and throw an inside pass, and it's caught for a first down to the 40. Might go all the way to the 30. Being caught from behind is Malachi Dillard inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And saving a touchdown was Riker Ogg.
Yeah, so they brought everybody right there. They sold out on the blitz, cover 0. Dillard just gets an inside slant, and it is a foot race from there.
Down to the Owasso 17-yard line, a 58-yard pass play. Dillard's 4th catch of the night. Fake to KD. Look out. That might be a backward pass. Barnett picks it up. Instead, they'll say it's a forward pass and incomplete.
Yeah, I'm sure Owen wishes he had that one back again. One-on-one, they were backed off of Caleb. You know, again, most of the time their coverage scheme in the back end of the secondary for Owasso is to keep everything in front of them. So they just had Caleb there on a short hitch route, and Owen was going to try to hit him in space and get him the ball quickly, but just got away from him, went a little bit too far behind him.
Cato and Domek split to the left, Barnett to the right. H-back is McAnally in motion. And Owen Jones out to Barnett. One-on-one. Look at that move. Another good move. Good spin inside. Inside to the 13-yard line. That's good for 4 and sets up 3rd down and 6. Boy, Owen Jones, coach, his composure the first 2 weeks of the season has really been impressive.
He's really matured. And, you know, people talk about him as this is his 3rd year as a starting quarterback, but really this is the first year he's entered the first game of the season as the starting quarterback. You know, his sophomore year and his junior year, he wasn't the starter of the first of the season. He's had that this year, and I think that's really helped his confidence and his composure for sure.
Do too. So here's a 3rd and 6 at the Owasso 13-yard line. With the game tied at 14, they don't make it. We'll see if they go for a field goal in the lead. Snap back. Got protection. And fires. Oh, he was a little hasty right there and fired it for Cato. He had Cato open at the 10-yard line.
There wasn't anybody close to Cato except Rob Loeber on that coverage.
Yeah, when I'm the closest man to you, you probably have some space to operate. So if that one had been complete, Jalen Cato would have turned his eyes upfield and realized there is nothing between me and the goal line, and just unfortunate that they couldn't make that connection.
So Noah Carter missed a 41-yarder last week. This will be a 30-yard attempt. Braxton Hart to snap, Jake Flowers to hold, and Carter will try to give the Trojans the lead here early in the 3rd quarter. Against the Sharp Center, on the way, and good. So the Trojans get on the board first and have their 3rd lead of the game with 9:09 to go here in the 3rd period. And it is now the Trojans 17 and the Rams 14, and we'll pause for 10 seconds for identification.
Powered by Tulsa Oilers Hockey, this is KOTV Tulsa, KVOO HD2 Tulsa, KHTT HD2 Muskogee, KXBL HD2 Henrietta.
Our thanks to our Trojan TV crew tonight. Wyatt Schubin is the producer, Mason Prince handling things as executive producer, and the rest of the crew. So the Trojans go 67 yards, and they do it in 5 plays. Big play was a 3rd and 5, 58-yard pass to Malachi Dillard. And right now, 135 yards passing on 12 of 15 or 12 of 16 for Owen Jones. Nice to see Noah Carter bang home his first career field goal.
Our game, our number that we're trying to look at was 200 yards for Owen and 200 yards for KD. I don't know where KD is.
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. We care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland West Animal Hospital.
On the audio side, the Trojans in their all-black uniforms, maroon helmets. Here's the kickoff right to left. And Carter is going to put this in the field of play. Caught at the 10-yard line. Coming diagonally is Noah Hill, and he finds a seam, and he breaks back left to the outside across the 35 up to the 38-yard line. Wow, that was a big-time return and a nice tackle by Jace Hager to save even further damage.
Yeah, not a bad kick, just not keeping our lanes there on the coverage team, and he's able to get past that initial thrust there by the coverage team, and then he catches a crease and gets upfield. Really need somebody defensively to take over on this possession just to stop this momentum.
First down from the 39-yard line. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. For the quarterback, sophomore Frankenfield, he throws a screen out, caught by Hill, but good job by the Trojans defense to cut him down at the line of scrimmage.
Shockley does a really nice job there making that first guy, jamming him at the line of scrimmage, which gives the pursuit from the inside to get out to Hill. Nice play, nicely done by the whole team there.
Well, Bill Haston from the Tulsa World joins us, and interesting article in the World yesterday on Caleb Barnett. Here's a running play, gummed up a bit, and then surges forward for about 5 yards up to the 44-yard line.
So I was going to head down here about 5 minutes ago, and then Owen Jones hits that slant. And I'm like, I better sit tight for a minute. And but this game really changed about midway through the second quarter. I kept thinking, man, Owasso's got this elite offensive line, and at what point is Owasso going to? I thought, because they had done nothing on the ground, and then since then they've turned it up with the run game, kind of changed the game, and now she shut up and let Don do his job.
And here comes Frankenfield up the middle as Blake Whittington whiffed on the blitz, and it's a big run for the quarterback from his 44 down to the Jenks 39-yard line. So a gain of 17 and a first down. This sophomore quarterback's impressive.
He was so good against Bixby last week, Don, and I had seen Owasso practice 3 days before that game, and it was a hot day, and I just wasn't terribly impressed, and I don't know that anybody had a great practice that day because of the heat. Here we go.
Running play for a couple of yards.
And I had seen Frankenfield a couple times in the spring, but for him to, I guess, some guys are wired to be at their best on Friday night, right? That's what you want. And he was fantastic against Bixby. Very poised kid, a great baseball athlete. And so now after hearing that halftime score from Stillwater, I'm wondering if we're looking at the 2 best teams in the state right here.
2nd and 7 from the Jenks 36-yard line. Handoff over the right side. There's an opening for Mole down to the 30, close to the first down marker.
So, you alluded to the Caleb Barnett piece yesterday. And really, just once I learned so much more about that situation, I just thought, surely common sense is going to prevail here. Surely the association is going to take a hard look at the facts of this situation and that this will be resolved. Now, it didn't. Well, let's go. Let's play football.
3rd and 1 here. Handoff Safaris has been big, and he's busted it again, and he's going to give Owasso their first lead of the game on a 30-yard TD run.
Wow.
Just missing our run fits right now. He gets up into the line of scrimmage and then gets the linebacker depth, but we're not getting the run support lanes secured. And then, he's fast enough and good enough athlete, he's going to spread to the house.
So a 61-yard drive gives Owasso their first lead. Here's a big extra point coming.
I think they're calling a timeout to talk about a 2-point play. But, Bill, you saw these guys last week. Obviously, when they get some confidence going, it was a tight game in the beginning.
Yep.
Bixby had a couple of turnovers, and they Owasso got a kickoff return and then just kind of walked away with it. So this is not a team that if you're fighting against, you want to give them any kind of momentum.
They have an elite offensive line. They got 2 major college. They got an OSU commit at one tackle position and an Arkansas commit at the other one. And they got a move in from Booker T at right guard, and he's really good. And I was just so impressed with Jenks the first quarter and a half here tonight, Coach. And it's like, what's up with the Owasso's run game? And then just as soon as I asked that question, they popped the bit.
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. We care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health.
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
I don't think you should hold kids accountable for that kind of thing to begin with. They're kids, and kids talk to each other. These kids all know each other. They're together in passing leagues. They're together socially. They connect on social media. This ain't 1979, man. These kids know each other, all of them. And so I just thought, man, you can't take a senior and put him on the bench with these circumstances.
Here's the extra point kick, and again, it's a big kick with Owasso up 3. They could be up 4 here on the kick by Hill, and it is good. So we'll take a break. Midway, 3rd quarter. It's Owasso 21, Jenks 17 on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Hey, football fans, craving something tasty? Come over to Chick-fil-A Tulsa Hills, where deliciousness is always on the menu. From fresh salads and crispy chicken sandwiches to our signature nuggets, we've got something to enjoy. And don't forget to keep up with our seasonal favorites and exclusive offers. Visit us today at Chick-fil-A Tulsa Hills. And for the latest updates and special events, follow us on Instagram at CFA Tulsa Hills and on Facebook at Chick-fil-A Tulsa Hills. Chick-fil-A in Tulsa Hills, a proud supporter of Trojans football. If you're a business owner or manager in the Tulsa market, you know how important it is to embrace local connections. It's important to our economy and continued growth. In our market, Griffin Media stands alone. With locally produced radio brands, local on-air hosts, local event teams, and locally produced digital strategies, Griffin dominates with more local fans than
10 seconds.
A company in town. If you're ready to promote your business, make the local decision and call Griffin Media today. Griffin Media, keeping Oklahomans safe, informed, and entertained.
Putting you live.
Josh, I'm talking to Josh. So a 61-yard, 6-play drive has the Rams up 21-17. They're ahead for the first time tonight, midway 3rd period. This update brought to you by Window World of Tulsa, a whole new world out your window with Window World of Tulsa, longtime locally owned and operated company, windowworldtulsa.com. Here's the kickoff. KD is going to get a hands on this one at the 3-yard line. Finds a lane to the 30. And a nice return up near and past the 40-yard line. Trojans needed that.
That was Dillard.
Dillard,
taking it right up the chute. He got it on a line drive kick, and he uses his speed to get right up that hash. A guy who was very skilled last year for Lincoln Christian, but getting a good block on the outside there. I think that was Domek. It kind of helped him spring a little bit more into 15, 18 yards there.
Up to the 43-yard line for a 40-yard return. Well, this is quite a coaching staff for Owasso. I mean, Jenks has added Willie Ponder. You heard at halftime, former NFL player Jeremy Smith, who dabbled at OSU and dabbled in the NFL for a while, was running backs coach, and the Trojans move. But listen to these all-stars on this Owasso assistant coaching staff for Antonio Graham. Brad Caleb, who was an assistant here and head coach at Booker T. Washington, is the only head coach at Washington to snap the big 10-year run of state championships by Bixby. Jaquez Washington, former Owasso player, all-stater, and played at Iowa State. Justin Morsey, who played at TU. Zach Simmons is their offensive coordinator with Morsey. Josh Dupree at linebackers. Tim Beecham, who was here for a year. Darnell Walker coaches corners. He, of course, played at OU and in the NFL. Owen Jones winds, fires down the sideline. Oh, there's a penalty.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, that's what they were looking for there, having KD come out of the backfield looking for a mismatch. He's down the sidelines, and he's got a step. The ball is a little bit underthrown, and the DB runs through him. I'm not even sure he knew exactly where the ball was, but sometimes a penalty flag is a nice way to get a first down, even if it's not a reception.
Thanks again to Scott West and Troy Tabor for bringing up the ribs tonight. Man, they were sensational. Got one left for Bill Haston, who's joined us here for a few minutes from the Tulsa World. This penalty moves across the 50, moves the Trojans to the Owasso. Oh, I beg your pardon. Let's see where it does move them to.
They're not moving the chains, so I guess they're still short.
Don, there was a chance, based on the timeline of upcoming meetings at the OSSAA, that Caleb Barnett could have missed the half of this season.
Wow.
And so last night, there was a call to the Barnett family, hey, let's do a Zoom in the morning. And the association personnel met on Zoom with the Barnetts and some of the Jenks officials. And within a half hour, they got this thing resolved. And by about 1 o'clock, there was the announcement that he would be in uniform tonight.
Nice.
Crazy. Yeah.
First down at the 47-yard line. Cato in motion. Handoff KD looking for some room, and he scoots inside the 45 to about the 43 for 4 yards. So it's 2nd down and 6 coming up.
You know these teams are going to play twice. It's inevitable. I'm so impressed by both of them.
Yes, I'm too. Yeah. Actually, they're going to mark this.
I don't know how that spot came back.
Boy, for a yard gain. I don't either. So it's 2nd down and 9. The Owasso 46. Owen Jones, another delayed KD, spins out of a tackle. Can he get a block, though? Gets by a tackler. How about that? That's why he's an all-state running back right there.
Well, right there, again, we know off the, and you've seen this, Bill, these are not linebacker sizes, that sporting on the defensive unit. These are really kind of secondary-looking guys, safety guys, but they use their speed, so they're bringing them a lot. And They caught us in a blitz, hit us in the backfield. KD spins away for a big pickup.
Gain of 9 for 1st down. Here's another big play over right guard. Ashton Smith bear hugs him and drops him down to the 33, a gain of 5.
There may not be another back in the state who could get what he got out of that, though.
And that's really why they like to run him straight up the field on this unit, too, just trying to hit that crease quickly.
Now Owen Jones in trouble. He escapes and fires.
That's a heck of a...
Overthrows Barnett. Another nice job by Owen Jones.
It was. That should have been a 9-yard loss. That's pure strength. That's wrestling strength right there.
Owen is an outstanding wrestler. Of course, his dad's the wrestling coach here at Jenks, Biff Jones. And his grandfather is the legendary Ernie Jones. 3rd and 5 at the Owasso 32-yard line. 4:50 left, 3rd quarter. The Trojans are down 21-17 after having the lead 3 times tonight. But every time they've scored, Owasso has answered. Right back. Trojans trying to do the same. They get some blocks. They throw it down and out, and that's a tough throw by Owen Jones. He didn't get enough air under the ball for Dillard, so it's 4th down.
Talking about a long throw, he's running a deep out right there. Dillard's on the outside. He's already down by the numbers, and Owen is standing at the hash mark, so he's throwing it a long way, but had a good break right there. Dillard runs a nice route, just pulls up a little bit short to turn up this big 4th down. We have not been really successful throwing the ball on 4th down so far.
Owen's 0 for his last 3 after going 9 of 12. 4th down and 5. They've stopped Owasso a couple of times on 4th down. Oh, and he bobbles the snap. He's in trouble. He throws it up for grabs, and it's incomplete. That's about all he could do.
Yeah, not doing a very good job of picking up the blitz right now. And Owasso's playing with a lot of passion. You know, we took them out of it by some delayed snap counts and things like that in the first quarter, and not able to do so right now. They're really fired up, and they're coming after us.
Well, and guys, this game, really seemed to turn with the Owasso offensive line. I think they've been dominant for the last quarter and a half here. Those guys are really starting to become road graders up front, and even though the Trojans had some early success stopping the run, those big boys up front for the Rams have just worn them down. This is a pivotal, crucial drive for this Jenks defense to try to get something going, force a turnover, or get the momentum back on the side of the maroon and white.
They come out quickly with 4 minutes to go third quarter, 4:40 to go third quarter. Up by 4, running play, and a nice opening over the left side. That'll be Jaden Hall.
And again, Coach Fox, as you know, when you can get that kind of gain on 1st down, even if it's 4 or 5 yards, it just opens things up for you offensively. It's a positive start for that line and that running game. And you got to think there's a little bit of doubt, a little bit of thought creeping into the back of the minds of these Trojans here defensively on how are we going to get this done.
2nd and 6 from the 36.
Becomes demoralizing as well. Just kind of wears you down.
Frankenfield with a quick pass out to Hall, or Noah Hill rather, and he's got the 1st down. Finally pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, Ace Gilliam comes up there from his corner position. He takes on the initial blocker, but he gets leverage inside instead of outside. No help over the top with anybody able to get there that quickly with Hall. He's just so fast. Once he gets out on the boundary, it's an easy pickup for the 1st down.
Gain of 13. 136 yards passing on 8 of 13 tonight for the quarterback, Frankenfield. And for Hill, his 4th catch. So Owasso's on the move near midfield. Handoff coming right. A flag down, and Mole gets inside the 40. Clark Carricker saves a big run.
I think it's a hold. They kind of grabbed Wiltshire. Wiltshire was playing outside contain right there. He had leverage. He got pulled down, which enabled the back to get out into the open field. So we did catch a break right there.
Yeah, that's going to be Blake Novotny, the 6'4", 275-pound senior there on the Owasso line. And thankfully the referee was staring right at Jack Wiltshire as that happened, and that was a pretty easy call to see that he was getting grabbed and pulled to the ground.
Stillwater was up 21-0 over Union at halftime, now 28-14. Stillwater.
Got an injury timeout, and they're going to let guys water up. Got a cramp out on the field.
And Lincoln.
No matter the challenge, rising up has always been the Cherokee way. Adversity and triumph are chiseled into our DNA, which gives us the grit and endurance to go further for our customers, our employees, and our tribe. We march forward together in the pursuit of excellence because we are Cherokee, and together we will rise.
Jenks registered his 400th win last week.
Just for the record, Don, that their Stillwater Union game is way beyond where we are because they only got about 6 minutes left to play in that one. So the Union, they finally scored. So, yeah, like you say, it's still 28-14, about 6 minutes left at Stillwater.
Well, Owasso and Jenks are the only two schools that kick off at 7:30. Everybody else is kicking off at 7. So the penalty moves Owasso way back. to their 39-yard line, where they will face 1st down and 20.
So the key here is just, if you give up 4 yards or 6 yards, that's okay. But, you can't give up 8 yards, 12 yards, 15 yards. Just keep everything in front of you. Have that bunch formation into their sidelines, double pass.
Back to the quarterback, Frankenfield, and he's got guys to block. Here comes Whittington speeding across the field and pushes him out near midfield. They'll get the 10 yards back off the penalty and then maybe a few more yards.
It's about the third double pass that we've seen. This time they throw it back to the quarterback, and he's got all of his linemen out in front of him to the wide side of the field. Like Bill said, he's a great athlete. He uses his athleticism to pick up most of that penalty.
Gain of 10, 2nd and 10. Swing pass, caught to Bethel. Look at that speed. He gets through 3 guys, and he is slipping down at the 23-yard line. Wow, you see an athlete. 1st down.
Had a chance to stop it there around the line of scrimmage for no gain. Just got a body in front of us, and again, just not having a good fit with our gap assignments and responsibilities right now. Then it causes some mismatches in athleticism. They're getting into our secondary, and this is a guy that the coaching staff knew could really hurt him.
30-yard gain to Kari Bethel. Move in from Booker T. Washington. Again, played here for Booker T in a 9th grade game a few years ago. He is a junior. Handoff going over the left side down to the 15-yard line. Goes Owasso. Gain of 6.
I found out a couple of days ago, too, that he is I believe, a cousin of the Presley kids.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's not bad lineage.
No, you kidding?
Those guys can play a little bit.
A little bit.
Past TU and OSU.
Hey, how about that next week, Brennan versus Braylon?
Yeah.
That's right. Back to pass. Frankenfield throws the fade, and it is caught. What a catch. He was well covered, but that is 6 points for Julius Wilson. He's not even a starter, but don't let that fool you. He is an outstanding receiver. Julius Wilson, 6'4", 185 junior. And he has now given this Owasso team a 2-score lead.
Yeah, just one-on-one matchup right there, and had a step. Wasn't terrible position. Just didn't get a ball. Just didn't get our head around on the ball to find the ball where it was coming down. I think basketball coach Brian Montanati was the first guy to help him celebrate there in the end zone, wasn't he?
Well, what a year Owasso had. In fact, if you look at, you combine all athletics and their one-loss records, Owasso was the best in 6A last year in all sports combined. The extra point's good, 2:27 to go third quarter. And it is Owasso 28 and Jenks 17. Speaking of Owasso, congratulations in order to Larry Turner, their longtime baseball coach. He'll be inducted into the American Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame in January.
You know, I almost have to scratch my head and say he's not there yet. You know?
No kidding.
What an illustrious career.
I would say, what do you got to do to get in? I mean, good Lord. You talk about, it's one of the more accomplished programs. Jenks football and Owasso baseball are kind of mirror images of each other. They really are. I hadn't thought about that. Larry Turner is one of the great man caves at his home that I've ever seen. It is awesome. He's got memorabilia from ballparks all over the country and Yankee Stadium seats.
Because he's had players that have played in a lot of those ballparks around the country.
Yep. Yes, he has.
I got to give him Don King's man cave, though, man. Don King's man cave looks like a museum. It does. It's a museum of Tulsa media history and sports.
I appreciate that.
Oh, it's awesome.
I've got to have Eric, and I've been meaning to do this. There's a high pooch kick and a fair catch called for at the 26. We've got to have a Jenks radio concave here someday.
Oh, you got to see
in the man cave. Yeah,
I know Rob will want to watch the Dallas Cowboys play football.
Yeah,
if we
the
get
Dallas
that in there.
Cowboys are not allowed on my TV in the man
wow.
cave. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you probably should have some tissues handy for all the tears that I shed while I watch my Cowboys. So,
hey, you're all about the U.S. Open tennis right now, aren't you?
Yeah, except I'm a DirecTV customer and I can't watch any of it because of
that's
that
ugly.
blackout deal. I can't stream it. I can't watch it either. So, yeah.
You do need to come over to the house.
In the dark ages.
Number 1 seed had a tough match tonight. I don't know if he won or not. Here's a running play. Trojans down 10 now, 28-17, down 11. And they'll work it to KD with plenty of time left, 2:15 in the third quarter.
Yeah, plenty of time. We did have quite a comeback in the fourth quarter against these guys last year, but we're a different team. They're a different team. KD just takes the handoff, goes straight between the tackles, right up the field, no dancing, no shuffling, no redirection, just hits the hole hard, gets a nice first down pickup.
Second down and 7 or 6. Here's a nice pass. And a drop by Cato.
Yeah, so we've got open looks, just not getting the completions right now. So the key is really, do we let the frustration get to us, or we just settle down and just go back and say, hey, we had a good call. We just got to finish executing. So Cato's going to make that catch more times than not. So this is bring up an important third down right here.
3rd and 6 from the 31-yard line with 1:48 remaining in the third quarter.
And Owasso's going to call a timeout.
All right. We'll do some birthdays then. Braden.
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's Chicken, fast,
last Monday, and a birthday this Sunday is TU linebacker Mitchell McCulkin. He'll have a birthday. He and Stephen Kittleman, former Jenks quarterback, will line up at Arkansas State tomorrow night at 6 o'clock for the Golden Hurricane. Meanwhile, TU and OSU hook up tomorrow at 11 a.m. in Stillwater. That game here on AM 1170. And that'll be A.J. Reidner and Ty Walls lining up for the Cowboys tomorrow. Hopefully they'll get in some action sometime this season. And then OU plays Houston tomorrow night, 6:45 on the SEC network. Here's a 3rd and 6 from the 31 for Owen Jones. Gets a snap back from Zach Cox. Has time. Steps up. Fires. Incomplete at the 43-yard line. Great coverage by Bryson Brown, a sophomore, on the Trojan receiver.
Yeah, just Dillard coming in on the in route right there. Gets it in his hands. Good defensive play. As soon as the ball gets there, he's wrapping around Dillard, trying to pull his hands apart right there. The big play is you give away the second down reception that changes things. Again, there's no need to panic. I know you're going to kind of wrap up this quarter and head to the fourth quarter, but defense needs to either get a turnover or get a stop and get us the ball back. We still got time.
4th and 6 at the 31-yard line. First punt of the night for Noah Carter. Nice high snap across midfield. And now it gets a roll between the legs of one of the Trojan players and down inside the 40-yard line. Nice job of averting that was Braxton Hart, the snapper. Let's give Bill Blankenship some credit here. I know he came back after taking Fayetteville to the state championship in 2016, took over this Owasso program, which, quite frankly, couldn't get over the hump. They were 3-39 against Jenks and Union, and since he's taken over, they have a chance to go 6-4 against Union, 6-4 against Jenks alone since Blankenship took over and Antonio Graham succeeding him now. At the 38-yard line, handoff, Hall. He's a load. And you can see why he gets 6 yards up to the 44-yard line. But Bill Hastings with us from the Tulsa World to close out the third quarter. Blankenship brought a mentality. His first game was here at Jenks, and he beat the Trojans pretty easily that day, 48-10, and that seemed to set the mentality up for this program.
I remember covering that news conference, and Steve Mowry, who is your counterpart on the Owasso network, he said not only does he have a chance to change Owasso football, he has a chance to change this town. And I thought, well, the only examples of that I can think of are Lauren Montgomery and Bixby, and certainly Allan Trimble, of course, here in Jenks. And could really Bill had that kind of impact at Owasso, and it's hard to deny that he did, because they have been sustained as an every year contender, at least contender for the 6A1 gold ball. So it's remarkable. They always had the athletes.
Yes.
Just didn't have the.
Just couldn't get over the mental hurdle.
The special sauce, the continuity. I don't know, but boy, they do now.
3rd and 3 at the 45-yard line. Here's a pass out to Hill. Carricker can't catch up to him. He's bumped out of bounds by the Trojans. And not before he picks up another first down. Ace Gilliam on the tackle.
And the coaching staff for telling the guys on the secondary, get over there. You're not over the top. You got to get out there on those guys. And just, again, not being able to communicate effectively, not getting out to our responsibilities, making sure we're aligned correctly first before the snap, and then showing up to make the play.
So a first down at midfield. 12 seconds left in the quarter. Owasso already leading 28-17 after being down 17-14. Frankenfield rolls out, throws, got him, man. Good job. What a nice job of coming back for the pass is Drew Hogan. Backyard Bowl in Union next Friday night. Gain of 15 here. That'll be a 6 o'clock start.
I think you guys are about to call a classic fourth quarter here, so
Let's
I'll get
hope
out of
so.
your way,
All right.
and I'll go down the other end and
get to work.
Witness what you're about to witness.
Well, thank you,
No, I think it's
Bill
going to be massively dramatic here down the stretch.
We want to give you something to write about. So tell Ty we said happy birthday.
Yes, sir, I will.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
At the end of the 3 quarters, it is Owasso 28, Jenks 17 on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Trojan head coach Keith Riggs has now been on the football staff for over 20 years, helping Jenks to 16 of their 18 state championships. There's another Jenks success story just around the corner from Allan.
When you've got to spend some time away, there's no better place for your best friend to stay than Woodland West Pet Resort. With 17,000 square feet of fun, you can both take a no-guilt vacation, relax, both of you, pick up a new skill, chow down on some well-deserved vacation food, make new friends, have a spa day, and finally, come home to your best friend. Woodland West Pet Resort. Sit, stay, and play. Located next to Woodland West Animal Hospital off Highway 7.
On this field of stars and stripes, champions are born. Here, the Friday night lights offer a different view, where the lines of protection extend from sea to shining sea, and the bravery to tackle challenges extends on and off the field of battle. At Cherokee Federal, we stand with our warfighters. We work 24/7 to build strategic solutions, solve complex challenges, and serve our military and veteran community with compassion and heart. For every star, every stripe, we stand committed to supporting America's greatest.
Craving delicious tenders or crispy fried chicken? Hit the Waldo's drive-thru, open 7 days a week. Locally owned and operated in Broken Arrow, 71st and Yale, and coming soon to Owasso. Waldo's makes lunch and dinner a breeze. Waldo's chicken, fast, fresh, delicious.
Yes.
It has been lifeless down here for the better part of a quarter now.
Sure has. No juice after the big hometown huddle. Running play going right. And it is Mole again over the right side. And this Owasso team just continues that offensive line. Listen to this. 295, 275, 260, 290, 305. It didn't do much in the first quarter, but boy, it has taken names here since then.
Well, and lots of missed tackles. You know, I count 4 Trojans that are just bouncing off the runner right there. Of course, some of that's got to do with fatigue if we're getting worn down.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Here's a pass. Oh, that's through the hands of the receiver Hill, and you can credit Cooper Shockley, who impeded that pass.
Yeah, Cooper actually never saw the ball because he's fighting through the blocker to get to the receiver. If he sees the ball, he probably has a chance for a pick six there. But I'm always going to go for breaking up the pass before going for the pick six and missing it and giving them an easy score.
We could use a turnover. The only turnover of the game was the first drive of the game. Jinx was driving, getting inside the 30, had a first down and fumbled the football. Handoff Mole, nothing that time on third down, 3rd and 4. But with an 11-point lead, I would think the Rams will go for it here on 4th down.
Somebody's down. They're calling for trainers to come over. There's a lot of bodies down there.
Is it Hager that Whittington got caught up in the wash there? He is replacing Brody Henderson.
And he looks to be in major pain.
Yeah, he tore off the helmet. And that's never a good sign. The Trojans, of course, one of the team doctors is over, Dr. Hendricks, and of course Dr. Hendricks, Dr. Shockley, and Brian Hawkins are the team doctors for the Trojans with Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Sports fans at heart, orthopedic experts from head to toe. 81st and Lewis, find out more about them at aook.com.
It's unfortunate, guys. Blake Whittington's played a whale of a ball game. He's been one of the guys that's been showing up and showing out defensively consistently for the Trojans, and he just got kind of caught in between two big Owasso offensive linemen there, Blake Novotny and Brooks Barron. Both those guys go about 280, 290, and when you're in the scrum and you're in the mosh pit there and somebody rolls up on your leg or that knee gets bent or something gets pushed the way it's not intended to, it can be tough, and it looks difficult right now for Blake Whittington. So hope for the best for that young man. He's played a whale of a ball game so far.
Indeed. So we start the 4th quarter. Trojan football sponsored by Window World of Tulsa. Find them on Instagram, X, Facebook, and find out why Window World of Tulsa is the best in this area.
Really, guys, in the second half, it's kind of been the perfect combination for Owasso of the strength and the speed. You've seen the speed on the edges with their receivers and guys like Bethel and Hill. And then you've got the strength not only of the offensive line, which has been well documented, but they're rotating their backs, pretty well between Jason Mull and Jaden Hall, who goes over 200 pounds, and then you've got Safaris over 200 pounds. So it's just a combination of fresh legs. It's a combination of depth, the speed on the perimeter, and it's all been working right now for the Rams offense. And Blake Whittington, good to see him up and being helped off the field, and a massive 4th down play coming up.
4th and 4 at the Jinx 29-yard line. Mike Catterson and Katie Munger, the trainers for the Trojans, want to give a heads up. I think he has something like 15 athletic trainers on his staff that are students. Union has cut the 21-0 deficit to 7. It's 28-21 now. Stillwater in the 4th quarter. Mustang all over UConn 52-7. Deer Creek was trailing Edmond Memorial. They've come back to lead 38-24. Norman at home leading Norman North 30-19. Bixby at home is leading Sand Springs 43-7 in the 4th quarter. Southmore is leading at Westmore 17-7. What a game between Santa Fe and Edmond North. Santa Fe had a big lead, but now it's 35-33 Wolves in the 3rd quarter. And Enid is a final. They won at Lawton tonight, 49-21. Well, let's see who comes in now in place. Jeremiah Cunningham, number 42, transfer in from Georgia in at linebacker. 4th and 4 at the 29. Here's a reverse to Bethel, and that was well designed. To the 20, to the 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Owasso.
Good call by Owasso right there. They brought in their jumbo package. They show the toss to the wide side of the field coming right at the Trojan bench, but they just pitch it into the end around, and there's no contain over there at all. All of the play flow was into our boundary to stop the run, and just really easy touchdown for the Rams. Good call.
That starts the 4th quarter. PAT coming from Noah Hill. 34-17. They've now doubled up on the Trojans. It's now 35-17. We'll take a break, come back on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma.
Our pets are more than just pets. They're our people, our family. And when they get sick, we want them to be cared for like family. At Woodland West, pet care is personal. We care for your animals the same way we care for our own. As the most comprehensive facility in the Tulsa area for everything from diagnostics to treatment, you can trust that our team of compassionate veterinary experts are delivering the care your animal deserves. Your pet is always there for you. Let us be there to keep them in good health. Woodland West Animal Hospital.
Our coverage begins
10 seconds.
On your home for Oklahoma State football.
Oklahoma's own 1170 AM. News on 6 now.
When you live?
It's been quite a second half for Owasso. They have scored on all three possessions of this second half. Down 17-14. They now lead 35-17 in that drive, which started at their own 38 after they held Jenks on fourth down. It was an 8-play, 62-yard drive, and the lead 35-17, 11:22 to go, fourth quarter. Remember, this was the kind of game we had last year until the Trojans caught fire and closed to within 7 with a minute to go in the game. Down last year, 34-7. Here's a high pooch kick. Somebody better cover it. It bounces inbounds. Owasso covered it, but I thought he was out of bounds when he touched it.
He was jumping out of bounds. I don't know what they're going to call here. They're talking about it, but they gave it to Owasso.
Wow.
I'd love to see that on replay. It looks to me like he's jumping out of bounds when he catches that, but can't really see it from the replay. He's inbounds on the ground there. Yeah, the Trojans were not looking for the pooch, and were coming up to take the block, and nobody called the short kick right there. Again, good call by Owasso, and then good execution.
Kobe Whiteman, I believe it was, that recovered the kick. Well, that is won't go down as a turnover, but a turnover nonetheless. On special teams, has it at the Jenks 37-yard line. Well, they came here in 2017 and administered one of the worst defeats by the Trojans at home, 48-10. Start the season in 2017. Here's a running play to the right to Mole. Breaks one tackle. Chased out of bounds by Cunningham.
Yeah, we have no outside contain right now. It's been hurting us for a while. And, the goal of the defensive staff is 3 takeaways a game. Right now we have no takeaways at all. We've given the ball back to them twice. And that's been not the only factor in the game for sure. Owasso, as we've said, has become much more physically imposing their will upon the Trojans as the game has worn on. And so it's going to be up to somebody to step up and make a play. Probably not going to be through the air, through an interception. It's probably going to have to be somebody making a big hit, causing the ball to roll around on the ground.
2nd and 3. Handoff, a delay. And first down to the 25-yard line. Goes number 2, Jason Mole.
So, guys, we started the game without Brody Henderson, one of the starting linebackers. Now Blake Whittington goes down, who was playing in place of Henderson. So into the game now, you've got number 42. That's Pierce Brand.
Okay.
At sophomore, a sophomore, 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. So depth, a little bit of an issue at that linebacker position as the Trojans have been hit hard in that spot of the field.
All right, thank you for the update. My roster says Cunningham, so Pierce Brand, linebacker. Here is a run by Frankenfield, and he slips down at the 22-yard line, a gain of 3.
You can expect these guys to use up a lot of clock to keep this clock running. So now not only is the scoreboard working against us, but the clock is as well. we know that the Trojans offense can score in a hurry, but they've got to get their hands back on the ball.
Well, they have not had their hands on the ball, but their last time was 3 and out, or 4 and out. They went for it on 4th down the last 2 series and came up empty. Here's a running play for Hall, breaks 2 tackles. Look at all the black shirts still trying to bring him down. Well, what an impressive start for head coach Antonio Graham. No question about it.
And right there, they run up into the line to the left. There's nothing there. The running back just pauses, hides behind those big offensive linemen, busts it around to the right side. Again, losing contain, able to pick up the first down and some more.
So the Trojans, who were ranked number 1, first time they've been ranked number 1 after their win last week over Santa Fe and the loss by Bixby to Owasso. Trojans, according to the Tulsa World, moved up to number 1. First time that's happened since in the last 2 years. They started the season at number 1. Here's a running play and a touchdown for Mole. He's in from 13 yards out.
Owasso playing with a lot of swagger that they have earned tonight. Just physically, like I said, imposing their will. That offensive line feeling really good about things, just unable to stop the run through the gap right there. Just a big hole. Really nobody having a chance to put a body on the running back at all.
The Rams will be back on the road next week at Sand Springs. The extra point is good with 9:19 to go here in the 4th quarter, and Jenks had a 17-14 lead. Since then, it's been all Owasso. They're up 42-17 on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.
Hi, this is Matt McCoy. While playing on
Union scored a touchdown and extra point with no time left.
Wow. Okay.
Going into overtime and 28 all.
I, too, have surrounded myself with an outstanding support system from my State Farm agency here at 81st and 129th. With rates going up and inflation especially hitting homeowners insurance policies, let my staff go over your policies and see what we can do to give you a better rate on your homeowners insurance. Give us a call at 918-615-6634. Look forward to talking to you.
It always feels good to be someone's go-to, someone's favorite, to be trusted, relied on. We're honored, Oklahoma, that you've made us your go-to to keep you safe and informed. We don't take it lightly. We work to earn your trust every day with every word in every story. Before,
10 seconds.
Storms, when it just can't wait, when it matters most. We're locally owned, Oklahoma's own. 1170 News on 6 now.
You live?
Here is another onside kick, and this bounces off a Trojan player. And Jenks has covered it at their own 35-yard line, down 42-17 after Owasso recovered an onside kick and went 37 yards in 5 plays. That update brought to you by Arvest Bank with 20 metro locations. Thanks to President Kevin Saban and Arvest, who donates $1 for every point scored tonight and through the season to Trimble Strong Foundation. Find out more about them at arvest.com. Trojans have it at their own 36-yard line.
Well, this Owasso team was playing Bixby really close. It was a close game. Bixby started to come back, and then just Owasso pulled away in the 4th quarter last week, and that's kind of been the story of this second half as well. So it'll be interesting to see if the Trojans can mount something up right here.
Owen Jones, the KD over the middle, and up to the 41-yard line. That'll be good for 5. And the Trojans have another player down. It's an offensive lineman. Or is it? Yeah, it's an offensive lineman. Aruru. He gets up and will go back to work after the gain of 5. From the 46 for Owen Jones. Good protection. Throw down and out. Caught near midfield for a first down. The Trojans are in a hurry as Cato makes the catch. He is Cato, the sophomore, is the younger brother of Connor Thompson, who we talked about in the pregame show. Connor is playing at Nebraska Kearney. From the 49-yard line, Domek, first down. Inside the 40, down to the 39. Drag pattern over the middle, caught it. He's going to have a nice season. Nate Domek, number 19. Waited his turn, 6'8", 170 senior. Jones looking deep. He gets hit as he throws. Incomplete. Is that caught? Oh, here's a flag down. Cato, I guess, caught that.
I didn't see the catch, but I think they're going to call personal foul on the defense.
I'm not sure if it hit the ground and Cato thought maybe it was a fumble or what, but anyway, he had the ball and got slung around, dragged down. They might be calling unnecessary roughness on Owasso here.
But they didn't blow it dead like it was.
No, they didn't.
Like it was an incomplete pass. So the play continued, and then Cato kind of got souffled into the turf here at Allan Trimble Stadium. Got Wiltshire ready to go. He has not come in on the offensive side yet, but they've got him over there by offensive line coach Doug Greenwood.
I think the word is suplex. You got him cooking breakfast out there.
You know, if you're good enough that you can put the hurt on somebody like that and cook breakfast at the same time, it's all good, Rob. But thanks for the vocabulary. You are the wordsmith. I bow down to your expertise.
You can be the math guy, Dr. Decimal.
So they'll move it inside the 20 to the Owasso 17-yard line. 8:10 left. Trojans would go for 2 if they score 6 here. Out to Katie, gets a block from McAnally, to the 10, to the 5. Look at him slip through the tackles. Splits the defenders and into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Nice job again. They really feel like KD does so many things with the ball in his hand, getting it out there quick to him. And like you said, McAnally makes a huge block on the outside. And once KD gets headed downhill, he is just really determined to get into that end zone. He sticks that left foot in the ground, cuts back to the defenders inside, and makes his way to the end zone. Dillard's down there as well, helping make sure he gets in. So nice job, and there's still time for the Trojans.
7:58 remaining. They're not going to chase any points here and kick the extra point from Carter. And it is good. So the score is now Owasso 42 and Owasso 42, Jenks 24. Don't forget, not only do we have Trojan football tonight on AM 1170 and 106.9 FM HD2. Also got OSU and Arkansas tomorrow, kickoff at 11. And then the Dallas Cowboys start their season on 1170 with a season opener against the Cleveland Browns at 3:25 on Sunday. Well, you look at some of the records as I go through the record book and some of the big plays against Owasso over the years, and it brings back some guys that we've really never talked about much. Most touchdowns in a game against Owasso, 5 by running back Brian Miller. That goes back several years for the Trojans. One of the longest runs in Trojan history by Gary Kendall. Back, I think that was 76. This is a series that started back in 1927. Most interceptions in a game, 3 by Kelly Joyner against Owasso in 1978. All 3 were in the fourth quarter.
You know, you talked to Coach Riggs about some battles at Ator Field. I know that, that was quite a historic venue for a long time. I can remember in 93, Owasso with quarterback Rusty Rushing put it on the Trojans, and then they ended up, we were going to face them in the playoffs, and I was a junior high coach, and Coach Lancaster sent me to keep an eye on Rusty Rushing and see what he was doing in a playoff game against Stillwater. That's before you traded all these films on Huddle, and you actually had to go scout other teams. And Rob, they had things called VHS tapes that coaches traded back and forth.
Was the 93 game? Go ahead, Rob.
I was just going to say I'd like to say that I'm too young to remember that, but that's my era as well. So,
Owasso is awaiting an onside kick or a high onside kick. Instead, he kicks it away. So Owasso will take over 1st and 10. The Jenks defense will try to stop him. 7:58 to go, fourth quarter. Owasso 42, Jenks 24. Was that the game in 93 at Ator Field where it sleeted?
Yeah, I think so.
Man, that was a miserable. I did that game on Cox TV. That was a miserable game. It was sleeting so hard against the window and fogged up the window, I couldn't even see the players on the field. That was a miserable night. 28-7, I believe, was the final of that one. But how about the Trojans bouncing back after that, Coach, and got through the playoffs and won the 93 state championship?
Yeah, that's right. So right here, first down is really critical. They've done a good job of getting about 4 yards or so on the ground, so we really need to stop this for no gain or maybe even a loss to help them put the ball in the air.
They get him at the line of scrimmage and a fight forward for maybe a yard. Good job stopping them there. Jaden Hall on the run.
But like Rob said, they're rotating tailback almost every single play now.
Cash Jacobson, Luke McAnally, Jack Wiltshire, the front three. McAnally, Sam Stone, Zach Fisher, the linebackers. And they've got Pierce Brand in at linebacker as well. Oh, running play, and they miss him. Flag down, though, as the running back gets to the 26-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5, set up 3rd and 4, unless the penalty's against Owasso.
I think that's going to be a hold on Owasso. I think they reached out and grabbed Wiltshire. So that'll help a little bit. You know, there's a chance the ball may go in the air here, but, you know, you just want to play your responsibility, play your zone, play your area, play within your responsibilities here. Don't try to be the hero. But it would be really nice for somebody in those responsibilities to step up and make a big play right here.
2nd down and long. Moving it back to the Owasso 11-yard line. The Rams lead 42-24. 2nd down and 19. Quarterback is sophomore Drew Frankenfield. About to take the Rams to 2-0 unless the Trojans can get the ball back 2 or 3 more times. Throwing fade. Oh, and what a catch. Up at the 45-yard line and give it to Drew Hogan. He's not even one of their flashy receivers, but he's one of their captains. And the senior hauls one in for 34 yards.
Yeah, just a man route right there. The Trojans were showing that they were coming on a blitz. They went ahead and backed out, but they're manned up at the top, and the receiver was able to get inside position there. The quarterback throws a nice ball inside so that Hogan is the only one that can really make a play right there, and they catch it for a big first down, let them out of a hole.
Trojans led 7-0, then Owasso tied it in the second quarter. Trojans went back ahead 14-7. Rams scored on the last play, basically the last play of the half, to make it 14-14. Jenks scored the first time they had the ball in the second half, make it 17-14. It's been all Owasso since. Lead 42-24. That update brought to you by Woodland West Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Been doing your dog's service since 2017. Running play for about 3 yards up to the 47. 2nd down and 7 for Owasso, and the clock under 6 minutes, 5:45 to go.
Yeah, this Rams team has just seemingly had a response to everything tonight, guys. Even down early, down a touchdown on a couple of occasions, able to march the ball down the field. Tied the ball game earlier in this half on a massive 4th down play. That huge call, the reverse to Takari Bethel for a touchdown. Behind the chains there, they come up with the goods again. Can't say enough about the job that Frankenfield has done leading this offense and delivering some timely and very accurate throws, as we got a flag down here way behind the play.
I was just about to say, man, you look back at quarterbacks as a sophomore, and of course a couple come to mind at Jenks, Cooper Nunley and Sawyer Comorgan, who guided the Trojans to state championship games as sophomore quarterbacks. You look at what Shaker Reisig did for Jenks as a freshman. I thought if they put some pressure on this Frankenfield tonight, he might get rattled, but he has looked sharp. And Owasso has looked very impressive here at Allan Trimble Stadium tonight. Run around the end for a few yards. It'll set up third down.
Well, that offensive line that weighs in at 300 plus in several prime locations helps that quarterback feel pretty confident about himself.
When you've got an offensive line of 295, 275, 260, 290, and 305, and two D1 commits at offensive tackle on each side, you're not too bad. And talking to Coach Riggs, he said those guys get such notoriety that the other three linemen really go unnoticed, but they're very good as well. Here's a screen set up. Not enough for a first down.
It's going to be a penalty flag for roughing the passer.
Charging in was Zachary Fisher, the linebacker.
So again, an untimely error, unforced error. Playing hard, but got to play smart and hard both.
Well, next week, the Trojans will try to bounce back. Meanwhile, Union has come back to tie Stillwater. And Stillwater has won it in overtime, 36-35. So they must have gone for two. After Union had scored first in overtime, and Stillwater wins it over Union 36-35.
Well, and our thoughts go out to the whole Union football family community over, a player who experienced such a tragedy, and I know that had to weigh on them emotionally and take a toll, and so just really tough times. And again, I know the coaches over there really trying to reach out and care for their players, and want to send our well wishes to him and his recovery effort and his family and the whole community.
So the first down after the penalty, they'll mark it at the Jenks 33-yard line. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. What a great night it has been. I'll give it up to the fans here at Jenks. A lot of them have still stuck around through the end here with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Great crowd tonight on the Owasso side as well. Probably 8,000 in attendance tonight. We had a hometown huddle, and I would swear we had 8,000 at the hometown huddle tonight. It was impressive. I'm not sure this crew. There was a penalty, I guess, at the spot of the foul after roughing the passer. So they had it marked at the 33, and now they brought it back to the Jenks 41-yard line.
And again, you kind of had them backed up under the shadow of their own end zone. You let them out of there, and then, of course, this clock keeps running, and they're having a hard time figuring out the play clock and the game clock right now.
Well, there was a time when Allan Trimble was offensive coordinator for Jenks under Ron Lancaster. They did not renew Coach Lancaster's contract. Allan had interviewed for the Owasso head coaching job, didn't get it. And then he got a job promotion from Wichita. He was already living in Wichita. Got a job promotion to move to Wisconsin with Courtney, I think, 8 months pregnant with Tori. And Jenks called after not renewing Ron Lancaster's contract. And the president of the Booster Club, Gary Jackson, called Coach Trimble in Wichita and said, would you be interested in interviewing for the head coaching job at Jenks? And he'd walk in and tell Courtney, I think I'm going to interview for the Jenks job. What do you think? As they were preparing to move to Wisconsin, and she just rolled her eyes, according to Allan, and said, do what you want to do.
Well, especially since her family was in Collinsville, I think, at the time. And yeah, Tyler was getting ready to be born. And so, yeah, they headed on back to Jenks.
Here's a running play to the right for about 3 yards. But you were part of that, Coach. You were part of that transition, and There were a lot of people on the Ron Lancaster bandwagon, a lot of people that you might remember. Coach got suspended for a game or two, I think in the 90.
Yes, 95
season, wasn't it? Jinx.
It was a game. He got suspended for a game. It was actually the Enid game.
Yep.
Assistant head coach Gary Snyder was the head coach in that game.
That's right.
Of course, Enid was the place where Coach Lancaster had come as the head coach. So,
and Gary as well, if I remember right.
Yes, that's correct.
Running play on 2nd and 9, nothing doing, so it'll bring up 3rd down and long. The clock, though, under 4 minutes. Trojans down 42-24. And Coach Trimble galvanized the community, the program, and he and Coach Fox and the rest of the crew took Trojans on a 6-year run of 6 straight state championships.
Well, I don't know that Coach Fox did a lot of that. There was a guy named Sean Mahan and Corey Cowens and Rocky Kalmus and Jason Beckstrom and Scott McCoy and Ben Bowling and
Matt McCoy.
Matt McCoy. A lot of guys in their names, from those early days.
Running play again on 3rd down. The clock chewing away at the Trojans. Just over 3 minutes to go. It'll be short of the 1st down, but with them up 42-24, they'll probably go for it here on 4th and 3.
Yeah, they're going to keep the clock moving. You look at that staff, though. Coach Trimble put together, Tad Gross was offensive coordinator. Matt Hennessy was defensive coordinator. Of course, those guys went on to have very successful careers as head coaches. And one of the things Coach Ponder, elaborated on in the halftime interview, Coach Trimble was so good about coaching coaches. That's why you see so many from his coaching tree that have gone on to successful careers in their own right as head coaches.
Running play on 4th and 3 to the 1st down marker. He's going to be close.
Yeah, they said he didn't get it. Kind of surprising.
So, Chris Safaris, who really turned this game around with his running ability, with a long run in the 2nd quarter.
Guys, the official over here on the Jinx sideline signaled pretty quickly, pointing the other direction as if it was Jinx ball. From where I'm standing, I thought he got it, and now there's some debate amongst the officials. The Owasso players think that he got it. Their coaching staff is hot as the Jinx offense trots onto the field. I don't know if they wanted to bring out the chains for a measurement here, or
but they can't
resolve this.
They can't. They already moved the chains. They can't call for a measurement now. I don't get it. That's crazy.
Yep, they're giving it back to the Rams.
Wow.
He made a signal that it was Jinx ball, 1st down, moved the chains. They moved the chains. They never measured. I just don't get it. I mean, of course, that's not the difference in this ball game, but that is why
tough night for the crew.
Yeah, well, I'll say, you don't see that happen in college and the pros because those guys wear headsets, right? And so, Clay Martin's the white hat. He's saying, don't move, don't signal, don't do anything until we get this figured out. So I know we're not going to headsets for high school officials anytime soon.
1st down at the Jinx 31-yard line. It'll be 2 minutes after this play remaining in the game. Snap back to Frankenfield. Handoff to number 2, Mole, trying to slash over the right side. Angles right, far side to about the 26-yard line. A gain of 4. Trojan football brought to you by Chick-fil-A at Tulsa Hills. Tasty win tonight for Owasso. Look for events at CFA of Tulsa Hills that might be coming up. Catering needs, certainly go to Instagram, CFA Tulsa Hills.
Mole is listed at 5'7", 170. I really find that hard to believe. He plays bigger than that, but he looks smaller than that. And right now he's just running through tackles, and that defense just not able to bring him to the ground.
He's a very physical back, as is Severus, as is Jaden Hall. They do have 3 really well put together running backs, and the 2 main guys, Mole and Hall, are juniors, and Severus is a junior. So all 3 running backs are juniors, along with this sophomore quarterback Frankenfield, and then you got Bethel, the wide receiver, who's a junior, and he's been electric tonight. A big start for the Rams to go 2-0 with 1:40 remaining, up 42-24. They just got another first down to the Jenks 20-yard line. You know they'd like to tack on another one.
Looks like they're going to go in the victory formation finally.
With a minute 25 remaining. Again, an impressive start for Antonio Graham. He said he wanted to bring back the old school mentality at Owasso. In a spring practice, 2 linemen got into a fight. He made them hold hands and walk the length of the field from one end to the other. And those kind of things is what Antonio Graham's bringing back to Owasso football, something Bill Blankenship instilled on them in 2017 to a state title over Union, and 2019 when they beat Jenks 14-6 at UCO.
Well, these guys played with a lot of confidence all night long. They did the same thing to Bixby last week, and so they have done it here tonight, even though it looked like the Trojans kind of had them on the ropes a little bit early.
Well, the only turnover of the game was that first drive of the game, as this one will come to a close, and a fumble where the Trojans had run for a first down and then fumbled. The Rams got it. Trojans then came back, though, and took the 7-0 lead, but the Trojans had 3 leads in this game, but the Rams came back every time. So that's an impressive trait of championship teams, and Owasso is off to an impressive 2-0 start. They beat Bixby last week 40-21. They win here tonight 42-24, and we're back with the Classic Chevrolet postgame show next on the Jenks Audio Network and Trojan TV.
During these hot days, have you noticed how your home air conditioning unit can't keep you as cool as you'd like? It may be more than the blistering heat outside. That's why it's a good idea to call Innovative Air Pros and have them check your units. They're your home pros for heating and cooling, and now they're available to take care of any plumbing issues you might have. Why not call them at 918-299-1955 and take care of both at the same time? Innovative Air Pros is locally owned and operated, so they sponsor the area veterans and sports teams every chance they get. Innovative Air Pros, 299-1955. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Red Rock Canyon Grill, a proud sponsor of Jenks Trojan football. Red Rock Canyon Grill is known for creating the best flavors of the Southwest, like the fan-favorite chicken enchilada platter and famous wood-fired rotisserie chicken. Visit RedRockCanyonGrill.com for location, menu, hours, and specials. Red Rock Canyon Grill, where flavor steals the show.
This has been a special presentation of Jenks Trojans football. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show on 11.
10 seconds.
News on 6 Now. Brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. Ride with the Trojans to the state championship game in a Chevrolet from...